Previously on the Lost Element, the Malahue sailed aboard the Glimmerwake toward the Spirit Dunes, where whispers of ghost stories and sailor superstitions filled the air. Along the way, Euan wrestled with his nature, finding deeper understanding, while Rhukkarrak was haunted by painful memories and unanswered questions. Din lightened the mood with clever illusions, though his tricks left the crew uneasy, and Asja reached out to her father through the winds, sensing his keen interest in her knowledge of the Aether, but a regret that she now walks this path. When the ghostly dunes finally loomed, their eerie stillness brought both relief and suspicion. The whispering reeds soon broke that silence, echoing ominous voices through the wind, and a passing flock of Maldorwen unsettled the crew further. In the shifting reflections of shallow rain-fed ponds, faces of the void begin to appear, just as the Maldorwen veered towards the broken silhouette of an ancient, half-sunken tower. Choosing to follow, the Malahue disembarked into the wet sands. There, warped reflections revealed shadowed figures that lunged forth in attack. At first thrown into confusion, the group rallied as Din's illusions unmasks the assailants, mirror wraiths. The Malahue fought back with resolve, cutting the spirits down. Now, standing before the ruin of this sunken tower, questions remain. What secrets of ancient history lie within its stones, and what other spirits may haunt these dunes? The stillness is broken by gentle rain pattering against the water at your feet. Each drop sends ripples through the flooded ground, a rhythm that might have been soothing, if not for what you just endured. The memory of unseen specters lingers, visible only in fractured reflections. Instinctively, your eyes flicker across the muddled surface, searching for any hint of danger. Yet, nothing stirs. Before you all rises the ruined tower. Its spire, jagged and broken, juts upwards like the bones of a long-dead giant, weathered by centuries of sand and storm. Yet somehow, it still stands. In its reflection, though you glimpse the echo of what it once was, beautiful, proud, a bastion untouched by time. The rain continues to fall. The silence presses in, and though nothing more moves in the shadows, you still cannot shake the sense that you are not alone here. Something watches from beyond sight, its presence undeniable, but its nature unknown. What would you all like to do?
Alright, I have a question that I had from last game that I'd like to ask this game. Just do with Asja's... with the practices in Kurasada that we've discussed before without giving out too much information. Does something about all of this give Asja a weird kind of esoteric, kind of like crossroadies or gateway or something, especially with the Selvar stories that they've heard of him being a guide type deal?
Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Okay. I am not so good at these. 9.
9. It's hard to tell. You definitely get some of that resemblance as you do imagine like what you used to work with back in Kurosata and how there are definitely some similarities. But you're not sure if it's exactly that or if there's other works at play here.
All right. That's what I wanted to ask.
Rhukka looks around the party to see how everyone else is faring. Well, that was not what I was expecting. Are we sure that we want to press forward?
I don't think we really have a choice.
All right then.
I have something I want to try, but if I do, I want everybody to be ready just in case. I want to try. I don't know. I want to see if maybe calling out to Silvar would be a good idea. We have heard many stories about him.
Oh.
Maybe, just maybe, he is a key to this place. But I don't know if just calling his name would bring him here. But if it does, I also don't know if I'm right. So, that's why I was saying you might want to have your weapons ready.
Well, he's a guide, and right now we don't really need any guidance. We just need to go straight to the tower. Do you hear that?
Hear what?
Whisper.
You can see some of the reeds gently swaying nearby. You're not positive if the whispers came from them or something else.
I hear the reeds, but they're the same kind of noises that we've been hearing since we came into this place. But if you think that we just need to go straight to the tower, then let's continue through this.
I don't think your idea is bad. I just think like maybe we should call out to Sildar when we are in need of guidance.
At the tower. Good plan. Yep.
I don't know, something about all of this rubs me the wrong way, and Euan will kind of splash the back of his halberd into the water a little bit and watch the ripples and how the reflections change within it.
More or less as to be expected, the water disrupts, and for a moment it's hard to make out any details before it starts to settle down again with just the gentle ripples of the rain. And once again, you can see the reflections of your allies here and this tower that looks quite different to its physical appearance.
Okay, just as a refresher, do all of us see Rhukka in Rukka's true form, or does just Rhukka see Rhukka in Rukka's true form in his reflection in the water? Sorry, I remember that was the thing last week, so.
Interesting. There's moments where you glance over and just instinctively you're still looking to make sure none more of these wraiths are upon you. And you do see glimpses of something else, like Rhukka's more bluish scales for just a brief moment. But the more, if you try to linger on his reflection, it's orcish, as it would be in a regular pond. But every once in a while, when a ripple muddles it, just within that disruption, you can see something more. Likewise,
Okay.
you can all see Yes. Branches.
Okay.
Ruka wants
Does
to.
Maldorwen have wings? Sorry, does Din have wings? I'm just wondering. I mean, he was Maldorwen before. Is he secretly a werebird or something like that?
You just look at Din, and he's just a bird. Squawk.
All right, there we go. He is a mockingbird. There we go. All right.
But no, I think...
So
Ruka is-
I'm a
Din,
dripping
Din
bird is what I am.
and Asja look normal, and the two of them seem to have something occasionally in the ripples in the corner of our eyes revealed. Okay.
Go ahead and
I just
make
wanted to be clear on that.
a perception check, too, as you're looking further.
Can I make a
Trying
perception
to-
check?
Yeah. If you all want to, you can do so.
Oh, good. 22.
Let's see. While they're
11.
doing that, Rhukkarrak's going to do something else. He's going to walk up to the tower and just put his hand against the stone and kind of do what he was doing last night when he was trying to kind of cast beyond himself to just see if there's any reaction at all.
Okay. So Rhukkarrak starts to trudge forward. The tower itself is still a good 30, 40 feet away, and it's a little bit of work to actually trudge through this about 1.5 to 2 feet of water here. But as you all kind of just take a moment to really make sure there is no more wraiths, and intrigued by these reflections, you study them a little bit further, and yet again you can pick up on those subtle hints of something more around Euan, and even around Din. And a reflection, maybe there's the mask, his helmet, that appears in the reflection, adorning his head once more, but just for a brief moment. And there's just something odd about it. It definitely feels like you're glancing at more than reality.
So for a brief moment, Asja is wearing like the dress that he bought in Elendor.
Just a
I will
cake dress,
hunt
yes.
you down.
Sorry.
Raise the holy
But no,
meeting
I think for a moment...
Asja was about to say, "Oh, it looks like it shows the truth," and then the dress appears. Never mind.
I think,
Oh my god.
Asja, you would yet again, it's not like all the time, and it's just a glance, like an eye blink, and you'll miss it. But maybe your clothes from Kurasata reappear. And maybe a younger face.
Okay. Well,
But as Rhukkarrak, you eventually reach the tower and you press your hand against the stone. It's quite cold. It's not like to the point where it would hurt you, but it's aged stone that's slick with the rain. And as you press out and kind of start to feel around you, go ahead and just make a charisma check for me. Why not?
Stone check.
Stone check. Oh,
Ooh. Oh.
a 20. So as you sit there and feel this stone, there is something about this area, and you still sense that entity watching, that presence of sorts that has been kind of here ever since you more or less departed the Glimmerwake, and maybe even a little bit before then. It's hard to pinpoint exactly when this presence occurred, but you lean into more of trying to understand it. And as you kind of close your eyes there, hand held against the stone, the rain trickling down around you, the world seems to go quiet for just a moment. And you feel like you can sense that presence stronger. And you get a glimpse of some shape, some figure in your mind's eye. Not anything, you're not even looking to a reflection, you're currently closing your eyes. But something, a face, elven in nature. And they just look to be staring. But it just lasts for a brief moment.
Did they say the trader guy was elven?
Yes.
Oh, I think he's here.
Well, according to the stories, that would be correct.
As he opens his eyes, looks at the rest of the party. I'm pretty sure I just got a glimpse of him. He seems to be the one that is watching us.
Your eyes were closed, Rhukkarrak.
Yes, but... Oh, I don't know. It was a sense, a feeling, a vision. I don't know. I could be wrong. Could just be in my head. Maybe the story got to me, but it feels right.
After what we've seen on the way here, I'm pretty well set up to believe about anything at this point.
Anyway,
And the
we
simple
should definitely
fact
proceed.
that water seems to show some very interesting sides of people. And things. She looks at the ruined tower and then quickly looks back at the water.
Does it show the past? That's what I think it does.
I don't know. The few times that I looked at you, I occasionally caught a brief moment of you still in your helmet. Euan, you had branches. And Rhukka? Well, you went from your birth self to your chosen self, to your birth self, to your chosen self. It was very confusing, and at least for me, it showed a younger version of me, I guess, but still in my
The tower
clothes
also
from
looks
home.
like it's not ruined in the reflection.
DM, does the reflection just show the tower itself, or does it show surrounding area architecture, like there was more here and the tower's just all we can see on this side? Or is it just the tower that it's reflecting on the other side of the water?
Currently, from this vantage point, just the tower there, the spire. Go ahead and make a
tower check.
a tower check, yes.
Alright, see, I have plus 20 for large structural objects.
Are you talking about the tower?
Just go ahead
I
and
am
make
part tree.
intelligence check for me. I'm not sure what to
19.
classify it as. 19's really good. So as you study the tower a bit more and where it meets the water's edge there and the reflection in, you kind of piece it together, and it does look like this tower is probably just like a spire. It looks like there would probably be more building underneath it, but because of how it is reflecting, how it's submerged, there's probably more underneath. Like it doesn't come down to a solid land mass. It comes down to like a straight edges and the reflections that you can imagine continuing on.
Den, come here for a moment.
I'm here.
Do you trust me enough to throw you up into the sky to look down on all of this?
You know what's funny? That's exactly what I was thinking.
Whee! Why worry about
I was
skipping
thinking-
stones when you can skip a gnome?
The higher I get, the more I will be able to see, right? Hopefully.
in theory.
Channel your inner fog.
I thought you were gonna say my inner Maldorwen, but that works.
Right. Well, I guess here goes nothing. And
I gave you bardic inspiration last session.
Go ahead and just make an athletics check for me, and then go ahead and make an acrobatics check to see if you can time these
sure.
together. Where right
Can
as
I
he
use,
throws you leap off.
yeah,
Can I
need
guide
to
myself?
Turn
How do you do
off
so?
my rage bonuses really quick.
I'm going to minor illusion apofog sound.
Okay.
Yeah, like right at the a perfect time when like I need that little extra burst. Oh, hi.
16
Okay, 16.
with
Acrobatics
magic
for me?
inspiration.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Euan kind of lowers his
Okay.
hands down
Nice.
into the base of the water there. As Din, you step up on top of them, and Euan raises you up. You're relatively light, and so he kind of winds up an
Yeah, I got
arm
a
and
25.
hurls you up as far vertically as he can. And right at the end of the thrusting of his arm, you leap off of it, and you get a decent amount of clearance there, probably a good 10, 15 feet into the air. And go ahead and make a perception check for me as you rise up and start to fall quite quickly.
19.
19. Okay. As you kind of look down and quickly kind of take in the reflections around you, they yet again are still quite muddled, and so it's hard to make out details in just the blink of an eye here. But as you fall, you do take in a bit more of what I was describing earlier. There seems to be more to this tower than just a tower. It looks like almost a spire to something much larger beneath.
And for the record, to the group and to the chat, yes, I know I can bamf my wings out and fly, but I'm trying to save that for an emergency, not to look into a pond.
Yes, and can I make a history check to see if I can like recognize the architecture or anything about it?
Ah, go ahead. For sure.
Ooh.
18.
18.
18's pretty good. So as you land down, do you slow fall or anything to catch your landing? You are landing in
Yes.
some water, so you shouldn't. Okay, if you slow fall, then
On a
no
slow
issue
fall,
at
just
all.
like so I can take a better look around.
Yep. As you kind of slow fall back and your feet kind of stand on the water for a moment before you slip back down underneath where they comes up to almost your torso there. You just try to remember the architecture, and from just looking at the tower itself here, the spire and its ruined form, it would almost be near impossible to tell what it is and where it would be. It's just too old, too weathered. But from the reflection and being able to see it maybe in its prime or when it was just constructed, you could make out more details there that are foreign. They're definitely not anything you've seen in recent times. They're not of Kertuzi make for sure. They might have some resemblance to Elven make, but even then, like Valtari's architectural is very different than what this looks like too. This is made from stone. Valtari doesn't like they make stuff out of glass. And it just it looks Elven, but not recent Elven for sure.
This is very old. I don't remember anything about this place, or I don't have a clue of what it could have been.
Rhukkarrak, go ahead and roll me a perception check too as you're standing closer to the actual tower there.
I think they're may definitely be something underneath, but can we go underneath?
Another 10.
10? Okay. You can see there's an arched way that the arched stonework looks kind of brittle, like it could collapse at some moment's notice, but it looks also decently sturdy, just weathered. But you see that you can walk into the actual tower there and the ruins they're in. It's like there's not a ceiling or a roof here that is preventing rain, and the water kind of goes across the floor in this case, and you can explore more into the actual interior here. It's not super large, maybe 15 feet across in each direction.
Well, if you say that there is more below, we can certainly go inside here and find out the old-fashioned way.
I would mind my step if I was you.
Yeah, I
mean-
don't read any words that you find on the wall. Or at least don't read them out loud. I'm glad you don't
Oh,
remember.
yes.
Remember?
Now you remember.
I couldn't translate it anyway.
Yeah, that was kind of like my whole clapping thing, so there we go. Sorry, GM, can Asja make a history check to maybe recall lost ancient elven cities and stuff like that from things she may have read as a child?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. 20.
Ooh, dirty 20. That's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
So I don't think you would have read this as a child, but you have been doing a lot of studying recently, especially about the past. And so, while you're not positive, you have researched any little bit of information about ruins of the surrounding area here. One of the more common ones that came up a couple times was Virelanthe, and you remember talking to Finian that was what you assumed to be where you were dropped in across the Sand Sea and started this whole thing with the Sphinx, a large elven metropolis of a bygone era. But another structure that people don't know where it went or where it is something referred to as the Last Bastion. And there's a lot of mystery around it, but it says to be like almost a spot where elves, or the last of elven kind, stood before the era of despair. But that's roughly all you know about it. It's very, very vague, and you don't even know if this is that, but it might be.
Well, from my studies, this could be 2 places. Possibly. Maybe more if I haven't found any information on things. One is the Virelanthe. It was a city that was lost. So if there's more underground, it could be a lot if it was a city. But the second is something called the Last Bastion. It was the place where the last of the elves made their stand before the Age of Decay. If it's that one, I think we should be a lot more careful when we go inside. A bastion is a little different than a city. Especially with what we've already had to face. So I'd say be as prepared as you can when we're going in. I don't know if you'll have time to get ready once we're in if something happens.
Yeah. We should, Unfortunately, I do believe that the rain is falling inside. It should be flooded, so we should also have pools of water. Should definitely keep our eyes out.
Does the reflection of the water inside of the tower reflect the inside of the tower as it was? Or is it reflecting the ruined tower inside?
Would you like to take a closer look?
I would like
So
to take
far-
a closer look, DM.
Rhukkarrak's the only one who's gone close.
Yep. I'll walk up beside Rhukkarrak. Close enough that I'm like standing the tips of my toesies at the door into the tower. But
Okay.
not quite crossing that threshold.
Okay. You can see with Rhukkarrak too, with your perception check earlier, you can see that there is a floor there. Like you're not going to just drop down into a descent of water. It looks like roughly the same amount of water, 1.5 feet, 2 feet, are like encompassing the base of the floor here. But the reflection does show something a little more. You can see the full ceiling. You don't see the sky from the reflection there, even though you can look up and see the ruined top of the spire it's letting rain fall down into it. But the reflection here, you can see like the archways and different awnings, support pillars, stuff that is no longer there, but definitely is part of the tower.
Is there a ladder or stairs in the reflection?
Not from the roll you made. Not what you can see now.
Okay, well, Rukka's actually
You definitely,
going to...
from outside here too, you can't see the entirety of the interior here. There's different ruined walls and whatnot that kind of obfuscate some of the interior here.
Yeah, Rukka's going to go inside and investigate the inside of the tower a little bit more. He's going to keep a wary eye open and have his weapons ready as he enters the threshold.
Okay.
But he wants to... He has a theory, because so far what they've seen of themselves that doesn't match reality actually matches truth. And so he has a theory that potentially what they see in the reflection as the not broken tower is actually there. So he wants to test to see if he can walk up these invisible stairs or this ladder or whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah, so Rhukkarrak starts to enter. Din, Asja, are you two following alongside Euan there and at the base here, or are you keeping a distance?
I'm gonna beckon Asja, and I'm gonna start like gesturing, and I'm gonna gather some wind around us, and I'm gonna cast Long Strider at 2nd level.
Fancy.
For the two of us.
That increases your movement speed by 10.
By 10 feet for an hour, yes.
Nice.
Okay,
Does it let
now
you
at
take
50
a
feet.
dash as a bonus action too, or is that...
No, it's just Long Stride is just 10
That's expeditious.
10 more feet of movement for 1 hour, and that's it.
Right.
But yeah, like
Still a pretty solid spell.
yeah, both Asja and I get it. So like Dean's like gonna she like pluck one of his feathers or find a Maldorwen feather and like cast the spell, and yeah, they'll both be faster.
Okay, so as the winds kind of pick up around the two of you, you feel just the tailwind effect, and you're just able to be pushed forward a little faster than you usually would. And it helps trudging through this water, especially for you, Din.
Yeah, exactly. So they'll be like, okay, let's catch up with them.
Just one moment. And Asja's just gonna kind of crook her staff, which is already out. She's not going to put it away, obviously. So her magic item is still, or her packed weapon is still out. I'm going to use 4 of my healing lights. No, I'm going to use 1 at first to see if it actually heals me. And then if that actually works in healing, she's going to use 3 more to heal herself up a little bit. Because I'm not going to be the player character this season that gets everyone cursed by running into a... Okay, do I get 3 hit points back?
Okay. So as you kind of focus your life energy there, the radiant kind of energy from the staff You kind of focus in, take a deep breath, and yeah, you do feel some of the wounds ease. It feels like
Alright.
the slashing that the necrosis that these wraiths endured, it had a lingering effect, but it was just that it was very minor lingering.
Okay. She just wasn't sure if it was the area, if it was the creature, if it was the time, so that's why it's like, I'm just gonna check first.
Yep.
So 3 more, so 3, so that's 10, so that's 13 back. Then then we'll see kind of like little glimmers of radiant light shining out from parts of the dress where they got torn. And then she'll look down and go, this won't do, and say the word, and the dress will clean and mend itself. Let's go. Now I'm ready.
Very nice. Just for my sake, that puts you back to 49 hit points, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Out of 56, because we still have the hit
The
points
8, yes.
raise up from... Yeah, I always forget, so that's why it's not marked on my character sheet. I've got it marked on paper. So,
Yeah, I actually had a question. Do we still have those 8 temporary hit points, or do they go away? The one from
They
you?
go away when I drop my rage.
Okay.
From your rage, yeah. So that was 8 for you, right then? Temporary HP.
Yes. But aid should still be working.
Yes,
Right?
so that's for the full 8 hours.
13, 14,
Okay.
13. There we go.
So as Rhukkarrak, you cross the threshold here into this tower. Euan right behind you. You were able to look around and see a little more of the interior here. Go ahead and just make an investigation check for me.
Okay. Not good at these ones. Ugh. Oh, a 19
That's pretty good.
Nice.
plus 0.
So- As you look around, you do see under the water, and it's a little tricky because the reflection kind of is showing something different. And so you kind of have to look past that through the water itself, and that's, again, kind of tricky. But you do see there is a larger stone circle that you would imagine would be some sort of descent, like a ladder or hole or whatnot. You can see there is currently a stone seal or door of some sort currently obfuscating the actual entrance there. And so you look around a little bit more and see if there's any way you can open this stone trap door, if you would. And it takes you a bit of time. I say the rest of you can join Rhukkarrak over there if you would like. But eventually, with the roll there, you do find there's a mechanism of sort that you believe would, it's currently under the water still, but you believe it would shift that, like, pothole kind of a door open to reveal a descent below.
Well, if we are doing this, we might as well get the show on the road. Anyone want to do anything before I try and open this?
We should get out of the water.
Well, I was going to say...
At least I should get out of the water.
While he's investigating, Euan is still a little apprehensive to go inside, but everything is having to do with these reflections. And so I think, in a moment of curiosity, while Rhukkarrak is looking around, Euan is going to drop to his knees and stick his face under the water to see if anything happens, or if it's just on the surface reflection. It's messing with his head a little bit, and he's just trying to understand it, even though it might look a little silly.
Okay. So as you stick your head under the water, are you looking down at the ground, or are you trying to, like, look back out through the water?
I think initially he's going to keep just looking ahead, straight forward, which I guess would be down at the ground when he puts his head in the water. But after he is kind of submerged and that initial jolt of cold water going over one's head is over, then he will try to look around if he can to see just anything.
Okay.
If anything's different or if it has to be expected or
So as you submerge your head, you tinge of biting cold kind of encompasses your quills there. You're going to have to brace yourself. You're not used to and you don't really like the cold.
I
Especially
don't really like the cold.
Your sickness. Maybe this isn't the best idea, but hey, knowledge.
So I've already got the plague, it's fine.
Yep. And you kind of open your eyes there under the water, and it is relatively murky. It's not super crystalline clean, with the sand kind of drifting aloft, but it just looks like water. Like you can see the stonework underneath it now a little more clearer, not having the reflection above distort the actual vision. You can see the aged, like, flooring of this spire. But nothing much more there. You can look around and if you would like to get like all the way submerged, you could potentially like crane your head up to try to look up out of the water. But the water isn't super deep. Okay, you can do so. You kind of like do a push up down into the water there and just fully get submerged like a crocodile in this instance and just look up. And from under the water surface, everything is distorted as light does bounce and reflect off of the ripples and movement therein. But it definitely is a much different image than what you saw earlier. As you look up, you can see a little more clearly than you could in the reflection the tower whole once more. You can see lanterns hanging from different awnings. You can see the stonework polished and clean. You can see different like weaponry hanging from different walls. You can see small little like crenellations almost where archers could look out. It definitely looks like this place was used as some sort of place of protection, place of retreat. And you kind of take a glance and look over at Rhukkarrak there too, as he's like looking over the hole here that descends lower. And you do see from under the water here, still kind of muddled with the way light works with water, but him in his true Drakthir form. And it's not shifting back and forth. It's just his blue scales that shine cleanly to you.
I think Euan is going to stay under the water for quite some time, taking all of it in, trying to memorize what he can of the building, the tower rather, and things that are on the walls that he can see. And just in case something weird would happen and he would need the information.
Okay.
He's deeply unsettled in case it's not glaringly obvious to everyone.
Yeah, it's hard to make out too much information just because of how, like, the water is really only like 1.5 feet, 2 feet. And so you really have to get, like, prone fully to try to see into it. You can't, like, submerge your entire body down and just look up. You're gonna have to, like, crane your neck up and almost lay down flat on your back to see upward through its surface.
As this is happening, and I'm sure all three of us are now probably staring at Euan, Asja's gonna go, I guess because his socks were already wet, he decided the rest of him needed to be wet. What is he doing? Anybody?
I mean, you must be talking to Din because Ruka's still investigating the room, not really paying attention at this point.
Okay, she turned to Din then.
I don't know, maybe he's hunting for something, he's hungry?
I don't know, you seem to be his best friend. I thought maybe you had a little bit more insight than I did. I know that he
What?
talks to you about things that I don't, that he doesn't talk to me about. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he'll run out of breath soon. And she'll just start walking towards where Ruka is.
Just as the bubbles stop. No.
The bubbles stop and suddenly he starts shaking. 1, 2, 3.
No, after a little bit of time, Euan will pop back up from the water. The entire landscape looks different under there. Looking back up through the water instead of down into it.
What does it look like?
And Euan will take the time to describe the walls, the completed building, the lanterns hanging off of the tower and the awnings and everything. And we'll also mention that even Rukka's true self was far more visible than just looking at the reflections itself.
That's interesting. Yeah, were the lanterns like metal lanterns in the room?
From what you and Garner, yeah. They
So
don't.
Ruka, just out of curiosity,
Go ahead.
Ruka out of curiosity is going to go over to where Euan described one of these lanterns, just to see if there's one like sitting in the water.
I think with your
Okay.
investigation check from earlier, you could take a little bit of time and move some sand that is kind of built up here and kind of dig through it a little bit before you pull up a really rusted lantern.
This could be useful for finding things that may be of interest inside this building once we get inside. We should keep this trick in mind. And he's just going to drop the lantern on the ground, back in the water.
Kerploosh.
But from your description... Well, there are still 2 primary choices of what this place could be. My tummy is starting to lean towards that second choice. Really hoping that it's a third choice I haven't studied yet, but...
Going by what you said, I would agree. It's
with
very
the weapons
militant.
on the wall and
The
that
arrow
doesn't
slits.
does not sound like a city. Maybe it was a defense tower and that's what we see. I don't know. But I'd say everybody prepare yourself for what I have found written is called the last bastion. This might... Well, if nothing, it will be interesting. She's gonna really kind of... Good thing I brought an extra book. Let's go.
Are we ready? As he looks around to each person.
Euan will pick Din up and put him on his shoulder. Now we are. We don't want the
Excellent.
small one to go down the drain.
I was just gonna look around. There's something just to kind of hold on to while the original, like, happens?
A tree?
You could like climb up a little bit of the ruined rocks and sand that is there to get out of the water if you'd like to.
Alright, then that's what she's going to at least do for
Just
the
go ahead
initial
and make
suction that's gonna happen.
let's see, make a
Dry check.
probably acrobatics to try to, because it is relatively slick stone.
If it helps, I will,
There you
after
go.
I pick up Din, help her
18.
out.
Nope,
Okay.
18.
Easy enough. You climb up a little bit of the stone work there, and find a spot where you were no longer touching the bottom of the water there.
Alrighty then. And he'll start activating the door or cranking the crank or whatever this thing is.
So you find the...
I'm sorry, what?
The latch there and start to pull it in past its groove point, and it starts to budge a little bit, and you hear just a little bit of the the stonework grinding, but it does feel like it's somewhat stuck due to time. You can see as you pry it open a slight bit, part of the water starts to make like a little bit of a funnel down into there. You can hear water slowly trickling down into somewhere deeper, but it is a decent goodness words, it has quite a bit of resistance to it, so go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Oh, I may need your help, Euan. Strength check. Just flat
A
strength.
crank check.
12.
12. You start to pull it, and it just it moves somewhat, and yet again the funnel starts to pick up a little more of the water starts to pour down, but it gets stuck in part of the groove there, and you're not quite able to make it past that point as you try to strain your muscles against it.
Euan will set Din down.
Can I jump off of you into like a platform like Asja is?
Yeah, go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me.
Oh no.
So as the din jumps off, you just slip on one of the stone and just fall. You take a 1d4 bludgeoning damage. Let's see.
Could have just let me put the elf on the shelf.
As your head just kind of hits part of the rock, and and then you splash back in the water.
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Right. And Euan will go over and help Rhukkarrak try to lift this doorway.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check for me.
25.
So that's a save. Is your check the same?
Oh, that's nope, I've clicked the wrong one. Let's try that again. 21.
21. Okay, 21. You start to, and it looks like Rhukkarrak got it pretty stuck there, but you just bear down, kind of, again, to a pretty decent stance here to really leverage your momentum and your weight there. You just grit your teeth and start to pull as you hear more of them just like rock and stone against stone. It's like you slowly grind it over to an open stance as more of the water starts to fall down. The actual hole here is somewhat elevated from the actual base layer, so not all the water is going to travel down here. Just the top, roughly 6 inches of water is starting to funnel down into there as you hear the water. And after a moment or two, the water starts to settle at that base layer there. And you can see there's a rickety, very worn, probably won't hold you ladder that leads down.
I cast Mending.
Okay, go ahead and
One
read
rung
mending
at a
for me.
time.
The wood here is, the ladder is made of wood, and it is just incredibly old and completely weathered. And you see the water starts to take most of it out. It would take you at least a solid 15-20 minutes, if not longer, to start to mend this as you go down.
The spell repairs a single break, tear in an object you touch, such as a broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, leaking wineskin. As long as the break or tear is no larger than 1 foot in any dimension, you mend it, leaving no trace of the former damage. The spell can physically repair a magic item, but it can't restore magic to such an object.
Okay. Yeah, it's possible to use mending to do that, but it would be like an hour of mending this ladder, as you don't fully see where it descends into darkness there. But it would take you a while.
And unfortunately, Druidcraft doesn't let me create, like, vines that we can climb on.
I mean, we did get the packs from our patron, right? We spread some adventurers packs.
We did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Should be
Those
rope.
definitely have rope in them, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we'll look for something to tie it off to.
As you hear the water kind of settling down there now, no longer rushing, seems to have settled wherever it ended there. From the hole here, you just hear it's a faint whisper. Sounds kind of like the reeds, but also not.
Euan visibly shivers. The quills kind of cresting again, as they do when he's unnerved. I don't like any of this.
I'm just glad that we are coming here during the day and during the raining season. We would already be dead.
I'm just trying to distract myself by thinking that if this is the place called the Last Bastion, then this is a great discovery of elven history. And also probably somewhere I could find some more things on what's happening today, too. She smiles.
Definitely a silver lining to hold on to. I don't know. I don't like ghosts. I'm finding that out very quickly.
But we like you, Euan. No.
Euan Czepekus and leaves. You're just, nope. Done.
So,
He's
Rhukkarrak, if you
gonna
want,
look
you
for a
can
place.
easily tie a rope around and let it fall down. A 50-foot rope.
Does it sound like it hits the bottom?
If you do so, yeah. It doesn't appear more than 50 feet down.
Okay. I was gonna say if it didn't sound like it hit the bottom, I was gonna pull it back up and tie one of my hand axes to it and drop it down. But
Yeah,
if we know that it hit the bottom, then I'm not gonna worry
We'll
about
be
that.
tied if the first person down rolls a 1. Woo! Sorry.
Yeah, it unspools
They just-
and lands in some water down the bottom there. A little bit of a splash is quite audible. And it doesn't appear like it's super deep either.
No, see, if that happened, they would just have to ask himself if it was worth it.
Yeah.
Alright,
Alright,
this is
who's-
only large enough for one person at a time. Like, it's about a little over 5 feet wide of the hole here.
I'll go first.
I have an idea. Just hold on.
Oh, all right.
And she kind of moves to the side of her hood a little bit. All right. Rupert, are you ready to show them what you can do now? And would you like to at least maybe go look in the hole and see if it's dangerous or not? A little peek?
Uber, like, looks over your shoulder down into the hole there, just wide-eyed. Looks back to you and, like, stands up kind of proud and just, like, nods his head.
All right. Remember, just like we've practiced, spread them out. And she lowers her hood and
You
holds
like,
out her arm as if it's a little, like, runway.
Yeah, just shakes his little tail there for a moment as, like, his wings, like, flap a little bit. He starts to make some momentum and leap, like dive down in, and they flap and dives and careens down into the hole there.
A single manly tear rolls down Euan's cheek, and he sniffles as he goes, "My son is growing up."
We've been practicing. He wanted to practice before he showed anybody. The
He
first
did
few
so well.
times were not so good.
Moment or two
that's
later, Rupert kind of, you hear a little bit of a fluttering, if you would, as Rupert kind of cranes up over the hole there, lands back on Asja.
And she'll put her hood back up. Okay.
He just like gives a nod, like more or less you get the sense from him that there's nothing immediately gonna be super dangerous down there.
Okay. He did not see anything that would be immediately a problem.
All right,
Look,
I think
we have a lookout now.
we
Isn't
do.
this
That
great?
is wonderful news.
She looks really proud.
You should be. I think
Alright,
I'll
you're
go down
first.
first, so
Yep.
that way if any of you fall, I can try to catch you.
Okay.
We can all jump. I got you.
I will be next. I'm pretty sure I will not have a problem climbing down.
You just pushes Rhukkarrak into the hole. Not really, but
I'm pretty sure I could climb back up without the ladder.
it's just air around it.
Oh no, you've got there's little cracks in the stone, and
There are. It
there
would
are
be
always ways.
I know,
difficult because the
I know.
slick stone, but yeah, it's possible.
But Euan will make sure the rope is secured and slowly start shimmying down the rope into the new part of the building that we're going to probably die in.
Alright, so as Euan starts to rappel down, just go ahead and make an athletics check for me. See how well you can hold on and rappel down.
Really badly.
Oof.
That's a
So,
9 with a +7.
As you start to lower yourself down, for the first little bit, it's fine. So you get bowed to halfway down just due to your natural... But the rope is quite slick here, too. It's a little bit wet. The rain is still pattering down on it.
And I
you
did
slip.
just submerge myself.
Yes. Slippery track there as you fall down the rest of the way. Only about 10-15 feet, so you're going to take 1d6 of damage here. 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
There
Oh my
is
goodness.
Euan climbing, and then there is a very quick swear in Sindarian, and then a thud as Euan lands. I'm alright. Oh, that's gonna sting in the morning.
Alright,
Okay.
who's next?
Maybe I should have gone first. Yeah, Ruka's gonna go. He has a climb speed equal to my speed due to his experience with getting around buildings at night.
Yep.
We won't
I
talk
think
about
with
that.
that feature, you don't need to even worry about rolling. You just kind of shimmy your way down.
Rude.
Easy enough.
When he gets to the bottom, he does a little bit of a flip as a flourish.
Alright.
Euan reach up and clips him.
Euan's like, I'll show you some bludgeoning damage. Whack!
As a din-sized Drakthir fist.
Alright, so Rukka gets to the bottom there. Who's next?
I'm gonna go down next.
Okay. You'll go down next.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make a athletics or acrobatics check for me to repel.
Okay.
21's very good. You managed to easily enough slide down, and no damage at all. Your feet touch the shallow, really shallow. It's only like an inch or so of water down at the bottom there. Yeah, Dinsdale.
All right. Asja's just gonna kind of. I was never very good at this back at home. Let's hope I'm okay with it now. And she'll get on the rope and I will roll my acrobatics because it's better than my athletics. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Natural 20.
Amazing.
Natural 20 for a 23.
Very nice. You kind of do the leg over leg and like hold on to it as you slide down. And easily enough, no damage at all. Laying down very gracefully, very elven.
As Euan is still just kind of laying on the ground.
It's like, I'll get up at the moment.
Alright, show up the old man. I see how it is.
Rukka will walk over and offer him a hand up. It's okay.
Asja will offer the other hand. It's back at home, rainy season. It's safer to go down the ropes than it is the water slides.
We never did well in the rainy seasons. Euan will take their hands to stand up.
Alright. As you all kind of reorient yourselves down here, it is dark. There's a little bit of light coming from the top there, but down here it really doesn't illuminate much of anything here. You're having to rely on your dark vision. So you can only see kind of shades of gray and black. As you see, there is a hallway that kind of stretches forward before you that opens a little wider and goes about to the end roughly of your dark vision there. Rhukkarrak gets you a little bit further. You see there's another sort of doorway down a good 60 or so feet ahead of you. But this interior here is very ruined. There's rubble kind of all over the place, different sand piles and rocks that have just kind of fallen away from the walls. The walls are kind of half there, half not. It looks a bit precarious. You can see at different points in the ceiling, water kind of slowly dripping from above. It probably just soaks into the sand and slowly makes its way down here.
And there's no side passages, just the long corridor and the stairs down?
From what you can see right now, yeah.
I will stay in the back, but for research purposes, I would like to have a little bit more light so I can see things on the walls or anything like that. So I'd like to have a little bit more light. But I understand that some of you are better with darker lights, so I will stay in the back with my light if that's all right with everyone.
I mean, either way works for me. I mean, if you... I think my vision in the dark is the best out of all of us. I can sneak ahead and see if I can make sure I can alert you all.
Dad? Din?
What's your
Do
dark
you have a
vision
problem
range,
if
Rhukkarrak?
120 feet.
Oh, jeez. Yep, you go ahead. Nope, I have no problem if you want to stay in the back. That's perfectly fine. I'll walk somewhere in the middle.
But please don't get too far away. I don't want to face whatever is down here alone.
No problem. Alright, GM is an interesting little touch thing. She is only going to cast light, so it'll last an hour, but I can cast it again in an hour type deal. It says that I can touch a large or smaller object that isn't being worn. She is going to open the lantern that holds her Elandris and put her Elandris in her hand. And I want to cast light on my Elandris and then put it back into the thing that she's actually wearing.
Okay, very cool.
And then she'll close that so the lantern suddenly just starts to glow with this green light. So it's not even a clear white light, it's just kind of emerald green that lights up the room for 20-foot radius.
Is it 20-foot
sheds
dim,
bright-
20-foot bright?
Until the spell ends, the object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay. Yep. So 40 feet dim, 20 feet bright.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think Ruka will walk at the very edge of the dim light so that he can see beyond that.
Okay. So you would be like 40 feet away from Asja then.
Roughly, yeah.
Okay.
I think Dean's gonna walk like right beside Ka, if there's room, if there's enough room.
Yeah, it's roughly around 10 feet wide here in this first little section, and then it opens up to more of a 15-foot wide range there for a little bit as well. So
Okay,
as
so yes.
both Din and Ruka start to march forward here, as the emerald kind of light green light starts to suffuse from Asja, illuminating more of the colors in this space and giving you all a little bit better understanding of what lies here. Ruka and Din, you kind of have to shamble around a little bit of the rubble that has fallen down and kind of closed part of this passageway off. So it does go down to a 5-foot like entranceway to this larger corridor. But easy enough, you can go one at a time. And it then extends to this 15-foot wide corridor here, where there is, once again, a lot of ruination. There's rocks and sand, and it almost looks vaguely cavernous due to just how long it's been here. You can definitely still see the stonework that does make up parts of it, the floor and part of the walls, but it is very, very weathered. However, with the light from Asja, a little bit of the water is reflective once again. And yet again, from those reflections, you can see a little more of what this place might have looked like, as its pristine stone walls encompass seawall. There's doors that are there fully fleshed with like elven carvings of not anything in particular, just fancities, but there's no doors, no wood here really. It's all decayed at this point. But as Rhukkarrak and Din head forward into this second chamber here, this corridor, you can see that there are large mirrors along the wall that reflect you. They look relatively pristine in comparison. The edges are a little worn, some of the metal is a little rusted, but they are not cracked, they're not really damaged. And as the two of you walk in, Asja and Euan keeping or decently far behind you, you can see a clean, not disturbed reflection of yourselves. And Ruka, you do fully see your Drakthir form. For a moment, it makes you panic a little bit because you question if you just unconsciously dropped whatever makes you your orc, but you look down to your actual hands there, and there's still the palish green. But then you look up at the reflection there and like wave, and you see the scale, the blue scales of the Drakthir.
Seeing the reflection and also seeing Asja's light creating reflections in the water. So first of all, he's stealthing this entire time.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a
Secondly,
stealth
like
check.
as the he sees the reflections in the water, making the old pristine building visible. It'll remind him of the mirror wraiths, and he's actually going to move back into just the edge of the bright light instead. That way the dim light will at least give some reflection as well.
Okay. You just wait for Asja to kind of grow a little closer there as the light grows a little brighter. Din and Rhukkarrak, go ahead and give me perception checks.
Okay. My stealth was 18 for anyone who's just listening to the stream, and my perception check was 21.
21.
My perception is 14. My stealth was
14.
like 20 something.
Okay. So you both move quite quietly, trying to disturb the water underneath your feet as little as possible and not step onto anything that would crunch or make too much noise, allowing you some stealth there. But it's uncanny, the crispness of these mirrors. Like, the light that catches them to reflect almost seems unnatural in a way. And right now it's coming from Asja, but it's like your figure there in the mirror. You would feel it would be there even if there was absolutely no light here. And Din, you do see an image of yourself that has this helmet still on, still fully in the Kertuzi garb, fully with the crossbow slung over your shoulder, as if you were going to war. You remember, it brings you back to a moment years and years ago when you fought in the Ember War, when you were finished preparing for a battle and you were fully ready, a much younger Maldorwen at that point. And you look at yourself and see that reflection there. And Rhukka, you once again kind of see your own reflection. But you catch something that Din in this moment doesn't. Maybe Din's a little too reminiscing on history there. Rhukka, you see your reflection smile at you, even though you are not smiling.
Rhukka is going to take the dagger that he's been holding this entire time and pierce the mirror with it.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Actions. Dagger. Attack. That is a dirty 20.
Definitely gonna hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 3.
Everyone's damage. Okay, so as you lunge forward and make metal across the mirror there, it cracks and shatters for a moment, as from within it goes like this kind of gust of wind kind of rushes out past you as the mirror cracks, and now you can see your reflection completely scattered amongst all these refracted reflections, and each one seems to have a different expression. One with malice in the eyes, one with happiness, one with fear, one with joy, as they're all just looking at you as you look at them.
So there's no other changes, just the expressions?
From what you can tell right now. At this time, Asja and Euan, you two could, like, they have stopped currently looking at these mirrors. You two can definitely close the distance there or continue to keep your distance if you'd like. What would you like to do?
Asja's curious, unfortunately. So she wants to see what has their attention, and I guess she will also just kind of peek to see what has their attention.
Okay. And you both did very clearly see Rhukka just go and stab this mirror.
Yeah,
as some
that's
glass
why
kind of
she's-
chipped off of it.
What was that about, Rhukkarrak?
He was smiling, an uncanny smile. And now, can you not see all the different expressions? as he glances in other mirrors.
No, I just saw myself wearing the uniform, my helmet. Why? You saw a smile on the mirror?
He's still like glancing around at the other mirrors, on edge.
Yeah, and you glance to another mirror, and for just a brief second, you once again see like the eyes dart in a way that yours don't before they match yours, or a smile that fades back to your expression. But again, all of the mirrors here, and there's several on the wall here, it's not just the one you stabbed, are reflecting your form.
Are they different expressions as well?
For a brief moment, yes.
I feel like this hallway is a trap, but I don't know what.
Is there any way we could like traverse the hallway without being in line of sight of the mirrors?
Not really. You can see the end of it quite clearly now. There's another arched kind of ruined doorway there, but there's kind of mirrors across the entire walls of this hallway.
Okay. Well, Ruka's going to move to an unbroken mirror and, without actually trying to touch it, he was originally going to touch it, but then he got the creepy smile, and now he doesn't want to touch these things. He is going to just investigate it for some sort of magic or sigil or trap or something.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check as both Euan and Asja arrive in this room too. And Euan, you first glance into one of these mirrors, and it more or less removes the air from your body as you just gasp, as you just see yourself, but almost embedded into bark that just in large branches that just grow out of every part of yourself. Your horns themselves, gigantic branches that you can't even see the full extent thereof in this small little mirror here.
Mesmerized by what he sees, Euan walks towards the mirror.
Go ahead and give me a
And
perception check to both Euan and Asja.
14.
Okay. So what were we going to say?
I think in seeing this, and he knew that this was something going on because of the interaction with Cordrin, but seeing it is something entirely different. And he walks forward to the mirror, entranced by what he sees, and will absent-mindedly reach out and touch it, as if he's trying to see if it's actually his own reflection.
Okay. As Euan does that, Asja, you step in and see a younger version of yourself, and then it's your own self here, and it kind of shifts a little bit, but almost like showing your past, but maybe your present, maybe even a future. You're not quite sure, but the reflections for you as well are different.
Okay. Well, Ash is not really a fool. And she doesn't have something, it's like past, present, future. Okay, this is kind of cool, but it's not I'm a tree, or my reflection is smiling at me, or, I'm a battle-ready gnome. She's pretty sure that there is something going on here. So She would like to cast, or I would like to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
It is an elven one, so I can just cast it.
Yep.
Yeah, so she's going to. Ooh.
All right. So as you're casting that, you press your hand to the mirror, and it, like your reflection, it matches your stance as the hand of the reflection presses against your hand, as the hand of the reflection is complete like bark, almost very similar to how you look in a rage, but even more accentuated of tree form, right? And you can see the veins of like embers kind of throughout the bark, but you press your hand against it and you just press against stone, kind of metal. You assume a mirror would feel like.
I got 15 on my investigation.
15 on the investigation. So yeah, we'll go back over there right before we head to Asja's Detect Magic. You look up and down this mirror, and there's obviously something at play here, Rhukkarrak. And you start to investigate, and there is some ruins or some sort of arcane glyphs on some of the edges of these mirrors that have a subtle, very subtle glow to them. But as you kind of lean in and inspect that, your reflection leans in further than you do and just whispers, "Radish."
He, in just immediate reaction as he like jumps backward and almost slams against the other wall as he's trying to get away from whatever this was. Did anyone else hear that?
They did not.
Hear what?
The reflection.
Casting.
It's alive. Whatever it is, it can move different than us. It can talk. He sounds like he's going crazy. No one else is seeing this. He's just going off. Probably mumbling to himself a little bit as Asja completes her spell.
Yeah. As you open your senses to the more magical energies of the world, you do sense there is a looming death energy in this place. And it does very much so like swirl around the entire party here in this area. And at first it kind of gives you a little bit of a jolt of worry and can't think of the word, but yeah, like surprise.
Anxiety.
Yes, that's a good word for it, anxiety. As you've heard the stories of what death energy can do, you know very well that it corrupts, it manipulates, it is corrosive. And so the amount of death energy here, you don't get a feeling that it is kind of like straight up kill you all. But you know, lingering here probably wouldn't be the best idea, for sure. That's one thing you notice. You also notice the mirrors definitely do show more magic on them. They definitely are very magical. You're not quite sure the magic's within. It's foreign magic, not necessarily like aether or whatnot like that. It's more similar to that, but it's just not a magic you've really studied. It does almost give you a sense of something very spiritual.
Okay.
With that, though, too, Asja, you notice as you look in the mirror here a little bit more, too, just trying to view the area, you do see a glow around you, like almost similar to how your staff in your hand glows. There's that same kind of radiant aura just surrounding you.
Okay. Asja is going to kind of put her staff in the crook of her elbow and pull out a notebook and open it up and tap her pen on her tongue quickly and then just start writing something. And as she does, to let you all know, the mirror is definitely magic. I don't know it. Not something I do. Kind of a little bit more spiritual, I guess. But also, we're very much surrounded by a lot of death energy. We probably don't want to be here for... It's not going to kill us immediately, but we probably don't want to be here for very long. Just saying. And she closes her notebook and puts it away after making a few notes.
As Asja kind of announces that, I need everyone to roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
What?
Why? What? The clapping isn't how... Okay.
Great. 7 or 8.
The clap is following all of us. 13.
Cool. Thank you. 21.
Alright, Asja's the only one who saves here. So as Asja, you kind of feel the inner radiance glow brightly there. You look at the rest of your companions and they just start breathing a little more shallowly. I need you all are going to... Your maximum health is reduced by 4.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh my god.
Are you all okay? You look a little... I don't know. You suddenly look like you went from pep in your step to... Not so much.
Rhukkarrak's eyes are wide as he is staring. He's just frantically looking around him. He gets up and... Well, if we are going to do this, then we should get it over quickly. And
Yeah, Danny's just gonna start running towards like the other end of the hallway.
Okay.
Din, we shouldn't. And
Battle gnome, activate.
And then to die.
Battle ready, no.
Easy enough. I
He's
mean, the
gonna-
hallway here is literally like 30-ish feet. It's not super long. Go ahead, Rhukkarrak.
Rhukkarrak just looks back at the other two. Like he looks like he wants to just stay there with you two, and then he'll run after Din.
Okay.
Oh,
And
but as he's
Euan,
going,
you-
he's going to breathe out cold and
Okay.
get some spikes on his armor.
Very nice.
4.
4. Okay.
4 spikes.
Just 2 on each pauldron. There you go.
He was breathing heavily.
One on
and,
his
was
forehead.
able to get a good breath.
Rhukkarrak the unicorn. No. All right. Asja, Euan, you two following them. You taking a moment longer here with the mirrors. What are you doing?
Euan is entirely entranced in what he is seeing in the mirror.
Asja
He-
will... Sorry. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, he doesn't even look like he has seen the other two move.
Okay.
Asja is going to walk over to Euan, place hands on like waist hips, and kind of draw him away while going, Dad, the other two are freaking out, and you don't look so good either. Lots of death energy. We need to keep moving. Fast. Let's go. The mirror is magic. Let's go. And she's gonna just put her hands on his lower spine and just... Now she's got a strength of 11 and he's 7 foot, like 1,000, probably 1,000 pounds. So you can imagine the comic book kind of style of her trying to push Euan to head down the hallway.
I think Euan
Okay, compared
let
to her,
Yeah.
where she's a little stick in the wind, you know?
Right.
but his eyes are glued to the mirror, and he verbally starts to protest, but I can't believe. Is that even like he starts all of these trains of thought and does not finish them? As you lead him away, and he lets you, but again, eyes glued to the mirror.
Okay. So, Din, you rush forward. You see, kind of from the little bit of light that Asja is emitting here, there looks to be a spiral staircase that goes down further after this doorway. You just rush in, start heading down.
They gonna start running circles around the staircase. The staircase. No, I think I'm gonna run down like a couple steps and see what's below with my dark vision, and then like wait for Ruka and ask like, "Here, Rhukkarrak, what do you see?"
Okay. As you breach the threshold of that doorway, we're going to...
I'll die. Got it.
let's see. Oh, that's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. Let's see. Alright, it's not letting me do it. It's illegal. Does a 21 hit you?
It does.
Okay. So, Rhukkarrak, you watch as Din, like, pretty quickly rushes through this door as a large gloop of mass of this inky void substance swings down from the top there, just and slams into you. Din, you're going to take some damage here. Ooh.
Oh, goodness.
As you take 18 points of acid damage. It just slicks across your kind of head there, and just you feel this burning sensation right from the get-go. Let's see. With that, I need you all to roll initiative.
Excellent.
We just got him to take his helmet off. Now you're like acid damaging his face. He's gonna put it right back on. What are you doing?
That's somebody.
DM, I'm going to roll this
18.
initiative at disadvantage because of his distraction.
Very fair.
It didn't matter.
That was
It didn't matter.
Oh,
There were two
my
natural
gosh.
ones.
Oh no! What? You're
I'm
very
so
Also got a
perplexed.
natural one.
At least that was your initiative. There we go.
Oh my
Let's see.
goodness.
Let's see if we can't go here. Perfect.
I rolled a natural one for a total of 5 or 6. Sorry.
All right.
Euan is going on a 0, so he has started growing roots into the water and can't move.
So this is kind of what you all are seeing right now. Rukka's, I guess, probably... Whoa. Nope. That's not what I want to do. Right behind Din there, as he entered this kind of spiral staircase, there's this corridor with all these mirrors. And Euan and Asja, we'll probably say Asja's probably on this side, as you were trying to lead Euan along, kind of stunned, looking at the reflection.
No, she was pushing from behind. You had it right the first
Okay.
time.
Then
Yeah.
I can do that. As more of this gloopy, oozy sludge just kind of fills the area right there next to Din as it falls down. Just this void of black inkiness that starts to like form these pseudopod like tendrils and starts to lash out. Asja, what was your initiative?
I don't know. Initiative right there. 18.
18? Okay. Let's roll for this thing. Not great. Din?
I got a 6.
6. Okay. Euan got a 0. Ruh-roh. And then Rhukkarrak,
6.
6 as well. Okay. Asja, you're up first. You see this, and Din calls out in pain. That's a lot of damage. It's not a...
Yeah, of course. Din's screaming out. He's freaking out.
Oh yay! A little head pops out from behind the giant green Drakthir, followed by a finger. Well, it doesn't have a behind, but it's at least something there, and we're gonna try Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
That'd be a 25.
25 definitely hits. It's 7 armor class, yes.
Oh, that's a lot of dice.
I can't. 23 points.
23
of damage.
points of damage. Very
Radiant.
nice.
Radiant
Double
damage.
check. Double check. Yep, okay. As it bursts through this sludge and just sprays a large portion of it to the side, as it recoils in a way. It doesn't have any form of a face or any really body part that you can really make out. It's just a blob of goop. But it definitely looked like that hurt it quite a bit. And then right now, you can see the same kind of radiant... This is Guiding Bolt, right?
Sorry, yes.
Yeah, so the same kind of radiant light that you saw in the mirror there, Asja, is now like circling this creature, giving the next attack advantage. Anything else for you?
Bonus action, continue pushing Euan towards the action. There we go.
Push.
Bonus action, dad push.
Yeah, exactly.
No. There you go.
Move my living shield.
You can probably
Whoop.
move him
There we
if you
go.
easily remove it. There you go. All right. Next up is this ooze here. That is going to attack out at Din again here. It does not have advantage this time, though. It's still going to be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So we're going to roll the damage here. Ooh, big damage. Ooh, big damage.
Jeebus.
As a portion of it just like encompasses your torso there, Din, and just you feel the just corrosive necrosis. It's still acid damage, but it just is like eating through your armor and your skin at this point. The armor what armor are you currently wearing?
Got Mariner's breastplate.
Okay, and that's magical, right? That's the Mariner's.
Yes, that's magical armor.
Okay, so it does not eat it completely. But yeah. Any like bits of clothing or whatnot that isn't that are starting to like dissolve completely. Alright,
the
that
fancy hand.
is
I dislike this.
that is its turn, I believe. Let me double check.
I'd like to file a complete with the DM.
Yeah, okay. Alright, we move on to Din. It is now your turn.
Okay. So, of course, Din is in a lot of pain. And... can I move at all?
You can move backwards or forward. The staircase, you can see okay. This is where it starts to go down. So you can move forward there, but if you might get an opportunity attack, you do so, or you can go backwards back into that room too. Up to you.
Oh, God. Yeah, let's take a step back then, like 5 feet, if I can.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. And from there, Din is just like gonna gather himself and like breathe heavily, but at the same time, he will start doing some gestures so he can heal himself. And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on myself. Because I'm really hurting.
Ooh, there you go.
Okay. Get 24 back.
For my notes here, what does that put you at now?
30.
30 even? Okay.
Yes. And
So as you
after
pump
that,
that energy into you, take a deep breath in and just feel the relief that encompasses. The like burned, like dying flesh recovers quite quickly.
yeah, and after that, I'm just gonna really quickly load a bolt and just like shoot with my bonus action.
Okay.
Using my War Priest feature.
So you are within 5 feet, so you do have disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, you can.
And I'm just like trying to just like, like bat it away, like push it away from me if I can.
You can do so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely hits.
Okay, 16. Nice. And with some damage. Okay. 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
Yeah, it's piercing damage.
Okay.
Magical piercing though, because of the crossbow. And then, yeah, if I can, like at all, just like try and push it away, like somewhere. Yes.
Like get shoved back into the other wall there. It just and like latches onto the wall and slowly starts to just down it.
Trying to get like the bits of the thing off and like the ooze off his skin and his clothes, and yeah, he's just like really not happy.
Yep.
And that's it for then.
Okay. Rhukkarrak, it is your turn.
Okay, so has it been longer than a minute since the last combat?
Oh yeah, by
Assuming
far.
so.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys took your sweet time looking at the reflections and whatnot, finding all the juicy details.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably been closer to 30 minutes in game time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my fire sword is only once until next dawn. Excellent. Okay then. I guess it's not going to be infused with fire. And he is... Oh, he really does not want to get close to that thing.
What you doing, Ruka?
Yep, okay. He is going to take another one of his nice new daggers.
Okay.
The Gus... No, not the Gus Guard. The Storm Slash Dagger. Storm Lash Dagger. And he's going to activate it as he throws it at this thing.
Okay. For a booming blade.
Yep.
Right.
Casting Booming Blade. So it's just going to do the normal attack action.
Okay.
Does a 7 hit.
It does. That is its AC.
Excellent. Excellent.
So funny.
Oh my goodness. That was terrible. Okay, and that is 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then if it moves, it takes an additional
2d6. Right.
D6.
Go ahead and look that up as we move on to the next person. Unless you want any movement.
Nope. He's gonna stay where he's at.
Okay. Euan, it is your turn. As you're finally now, as I was like pushing you away, your eyes still glance at the mirror. You finally kind of shake yourself back to this moment, back to this realm, as you are aware of the surroundings now.
I can see the creature, right?
Barely, yeah. It's like just right across here. It's hard to see because of all the shadows that make up this place and the limited light that is coming through the hallway or the doorway there. But it is like oozing down the side of the wall there, yeah.
Then Euan will kind of reach forward and not really push Rhukkarrak like into a different space, but just kind of scooch him out of the way as he casts Produce Flame and chucks it at the creature from where he's at.
That just... Alright, real quick, sorry I forgot something. Because it is now bloodied. As... We'll get to that in just a moment here, Euan. As that dagger hits it, you watch as it splits into two smaller entities.
Damn it.
Are they both breathed in thunderous energy?
I don't think so. Well, sure, I'll allow it because it was beforehand. So I think it makes sense that both, if they move, they'll take the damage. Let me.
If that's the case, and if Euan can see that they've split, or it's split into two creatures, that's going to change what he does.
Okay, let me just goopify these real quick.
So, for reference, since I am level 5, the melee attack deals an extra 1d8 thunder damage, and then if it moves, it takes 2d8.
Okay, so roll another d8 for me then. Yeah, go ahead and roll another d8 for me. Because we'll see.
7.
7, okay. So we'll reduce that. So yeah, it definitely splits with that then. Then each of these now has that many hit points. Alrighty.
Right. So instead of that, Euan, kind of shaking himself out of it now, sees this going on, steps just to the right of Rhukkarrak's token, kind of bullying his way into the space to the mirror. Then same thing, like hand on chest, pushes him back kind of out of the way as he releases a gout of flame from his mouth, and I'll do a flame cone across both of them. It's a 15-foot cone.
Alright, 15-foot cone. I believe that's 15. Ooh. I'd say you can definitely, if you want, you'll have to, if you want to hit the back one here, because of like the wall here, you will have to get closer. You can do so. You can push Rhukkarrak out of the way.
I'll do that then.
You do have to get closer. Alright. And then, yeah, very easy enough. So they each make dex saves, yeah?
Yep, DC 14.
Pretty sure that's an automatic fail, but we'll see. Yeah, I guess the first one. Yeah, that's a failure. And then second one. Oh my gosh, it's a natural 20. So that second one feels the flame coming in and just like recoils
as the goop defies the laws of physics.
The like pillar there that makes up the staircase here, so it doesn't quite get as damaged.
So
9 points.
9 fire damage.
And then 4 to this one here. That's more than 4. Alright, perfect. Anything else for you, Euan?
Yeah, he's gonna take his second attack with the Emberlash halberd. Because the fire is part of the attack action.
Yep.
That's an 11.
11 does it.
For 10 points of damage.
Okay, that cleaves and finishes that one up. Bloop.
Yep. And then Euan cleaves into the other one that's 5 feet from it.
Yep. So go ahead and roll again.
It's 23 to hit, and it's just the D10 for another 2 points of damage.
2 points. Okay, it's holding on. With that's slashing damage too, right?
Correct.
Alright, so with that, it splits. And at this point, they're like small little. Like at first, this thing was a massive, like din-sized, even bigger, and now they're like small little like grapefruit-sized little blobs.
And then bonus action, he will pull our Master Strike against whichever of the two is the closer one to him.
Okay.
It's going to be an 18 to hit
Does it?
for 6 points of damage.
Yeah, I guess.
Bludgeoning.
Blah. That does the trick.
And
Alrighty.
then Euan, rather than plugging up the doorway, will adjust 5 feet down the steps.
And down the steps, okay? You can do so.
Yep.
Boop. Does make you lose vision on it, but that's fine.
No,
All
that's
right, we
fine.
move back to the top of the round. Asja, it is your turn.
Alright, Asja, seeing that the door is jammed, is going to 5 foot adjust to just behind Din.
Okay.
Is Din still looking damaged or no?
Definitely looks a little worn. Not on death's door, but definitely worn.
Okay.
A little bloodied, if you
She
would.
is going to place her hand on Din and we will use up Healing Light.
Okay.
2 charges.
So you'll have 1 more after this then? Because you get...
No more after this.
Oh, okay.
That's 8 points of healing
8 points of
for
healing.
Din. Yep.
Okay, very nice.
After this, it's battle medic, so everybody gotta get ready. On the go, stitches.
Alright, anything else for you, Asja?
Yes, she is going to move back towards. So on the right-hand side, there's that middle mirror. So she wants to move back to the square, I guess, where she was. She wants to keep an eye on the mirror while this is all going on. What's happened? Like, is she just seeing herself?
Okay.
Or is there something else
was
going?
the
Like she's
hand- Your healing there, was that a bonus action?
that was a bonus action.
Okay, so
That was a
if you want
bonus
to use a perception check as an action to try to study the mirror, you can
Okay.
do so.
16.
16, okay. With that, as you kind of step back and look over to the mirror, you do once again see yourself kind of shimmering with that energy, and you do almost make out another golden figure that's almost very, again, near imperceptible, but this equine form that just kind of hovers around you.
Okay.
But no, with it was 16 total, right?
16
Yeah.
total, yep.
So with that, you do see, and that catches your attention for a moment, but then you look back towards yourself and you do see your reflection, just a subtle grin.
Okay.
All right, next up is the pudding. All right, we'll see here. I think it's just gonna die from movement as it goes. Go ahead and roll your 2d8. Yeah,
9
that's
thunder damage.
plain enough as it starts to move and just splats across the wall there. All right, as we'll back over here. As there's no longer a threat, you all kind of brace yourselves a little bit, look around, make sure there's no more of this ooze that is trickling, but all of it seems to have died. It is no longer movement. You can still see some of the ichor that kind of lines some of this corridor and this staircase here, but none of it is shifting any longer.
Ruka will go retrieve his fancy dagger
You can do
and just kind of poke at some of the ichor along the way. And just out of curiosity, he'll sniff it.
so. It smells quite vile. It's not a good smell.
Okay.
Kind of like a
Okay.
Decomposing
Hey,
some sort of corpse.
he's eaten some really weird things from the dark and back home, so this one smells particularly vile, so he's not even gonna try, but he was curious.
Yeah, it's pretty vile, and it looks too like you kind of touch it with your dagger, and it just almost like is corrosive still. Which, if you wanted to try to gather some of it, you could. If you had the right tools and containment items.
He got a kit for this,
He did.
so yeah, he'll get some acid vials. Why not?
Okay. Go ahead and just roll a survival check for me to see how well you can scoop this up without burning your hands.
Oh, darn it.
13. Yeah, that's good enough. You take your time and slowly start to gather it up, and we'll say you can get 2 vials of this black pudding. We pick up right as the group is reconvening from slaying this ooze of sorts. Right as Rhukkarrak bottles up a few of the vials of this black ichor that smells of rot and decay. You stand on the staircase there that leads further down, spiraling down into whatever this ancient ruin is. What are you all doing?
Then are you alright?
I'm gonna need my clothes fixed.
I cast mending.
As the clothes kind of sew back together. Probably need to
Thanks
test
for
it
the
a
night.
couple times, but yeah.
I don't want to go in front. It's just that I felt something was draining me back there. I don't know.
I was a bit too preoccupied to notice much.
Yes, this place is creepy. Something, I don't know.
I don't think we should
It's,
linger. Let's see what we can find, but let's try to make it fast. I don't want to be here any longer if we can avoid it.
Yes, we should probably stick relatively close. I'll still stay on the edge of the bright light, but don't really want to go that far ahead. And he'll move forward and start exploring
Okay.
again.
Euan, are you letting Rhukkarrak go in front of you now? To once again take the lead.
Yep, I'll let him go ahead in front of me. There's the giant skeleton on the screen, DM.
There is.
I don't like you anymore.
As all of you start to head forward, following Rhukkarrak's steps, as you slowly start to wind down this staircase. It's not super large. You only feel like you go up or down a level or so, like a floor, a story, if you would, down to where the bottom here that looks like it splits off into 2 different directions at the bottom. One that is completely encompassed by rubble and ruin. You might be able to get past it, but it is a lot of rock and rubble that you would have to move out of the way. The other looks still somewhat cluttered, but not as bad. But another thing that you very quickly notice is there is a skeletal form on the ground there in front of you at the very bottom of this, kind of clad in some extremely old, weathered armor.
Wait. And then it's gonna move towards them. And again, I want to try and roll history to see if I recognize the armor.
Okay. Go ahead and roll history right as you kind of get behind Rhukkarrak here.
Okay. Then has ichor in his eyes.
With the 6-2, you
And
kind of
he's
look at it, and it is so worn that it would be quite the feat to discern its make. It almost looks like it's this. It's made of some sort of steel or metal, but even then, it is so old that it too is breaking apart to the elements.
Asja, do you have your spell still running? Is there energy gathering around this skeleton?
Yes, Asja does still have it up and running for.
I believe it lasts 10 minutes.
Yep. So
Yep.
just a bit more time. She'll take a look around.
It's just you kind of all pile in together right at the feet of the staircase here. Once again, you do sense that just present death energy around this area. It kind of lips and wisps around the skeletal frame. It's not concentrated on this skeleton per se, but it is still very much present.
No, the whole place is just. It's not just one thing. The whole place is death energy. And no, the skeleton should be fine. She'll just kind of shimmy out from the crowd. And, the skeleton. Can I make a medicine check to see what race it might be?
You definitely can.
All right. That would be a 24.
24. You look at this skeletal figure and you kind of lean down into it and inspect its wear and decomposition. And even really touching it kind of almost breaks the brittle bones that are starting to fully rejoin the earth. It's almost, you get a sense that it is somewhat petrified in this state, that it is much older than even it should be. Like if it was just a regular corpse, it probably would have vanished several centuries ago. But it doesn't have the bone structure of an elf. Elven bones are very lithe, they're very light, and this isn't quite so. It also doesn't have the bone structure of a Khazdurim. It's a little bit taller than you've ever seen or heard a Khazdurim being. You don't think it's an orc. There's no tusks in the teeth. It's definitely not a Drakthir. Not a gnome. And you can't imagine a Thalgrin being this short.
How about the gnome? Does it look gnomey?
It is much taller than any gnome you've seen.
That's just realization. She gotta. Well, this is not something that I thought I would be saying, ever. I don't know what race this is. It's not one of the ones that walks now. It's not an elf. It's not an orc. It's not Khazdurim. It's not Thalgrim. It's not Drakthir. It's not gnome. It's something else. Maybe
what else
this
is there?
Whatever. As if she doesn't want to say it, because it almost freaks her out more than where you are now with all these ghosts and everything. She kind of points a finger and points up and keeps kind of with that motion of pointing her finger up. What if? Hear me out, maybe crazy theory, I don't know, but we are also looking into the celestial conduits, elevators, whatever they are. Maybe this comes from the other side. Maybe this is what brought on the Age of Decay. I don't know.
You're saying this
Whatever
person is not from Zorica?
It's nothing I have ever seen before. Elves have much more delicate features. As you can see, it's obviously not Drakthir, not an orc. It does not have tusks. It is too tall for a gnome. It's, again, not Khazdurim. This is not... This is not from here. Or if it is from here, it is a race that maybe went extinct a long, long time ago.
What if we ask them?
I was going to say at one point you hinted something at me, and now might be a good time to try that hint you were hinting, I believe, at me, if you can do what you were hinting.
Ask them.
Yes. I talked to Damaris. You were there with me, Rhukkarrak, and he told me that using this pendant,
And I'm gonna take out my Whisper Pearl pendant and like stare at it for a bit.
if I focus and channel my magic, I think we can get answers from them. It's gonna be just 5 questions, though.
Okay, what?
Who are you? Where are we? What are you? I don't know. These are
We need to
some
know
words
what
that comes
happened
to
here.
mind. What happened here?
Where did you come from? I don't know.
These are all good questions. Which ones? What do you think we should ask?
Well, the first thing we should ask is their name, obviously.
That's probably a good idea. Let's not be rude.
Okay, so I'll ask first, and then... How about one of us gets a question, and then... And we see who gets the last one? I think that's fair.
I mean, it's
Okay.
your ring. You should probably get 2.
We'll see.
Oh,
I definitely want to know their name. I don't know if this will work, though. Just... let me concentrate, please.
Okay. As Din concentrates there, I need you all to roll Constitution saving throws again.
Oh no. Do we really have to?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Oh no!
oh shoot!
You know what, DM? I rolled a Constitution check the last time, not a saving throw.
What was...
Oops.
What, do you know what the total would have been?
Let me see if
Look at that.
the,
Anyone who
the
rolled
log.
under 15 fails. I think Asja saved, Euan saves.
24 this time.
Ruka
Yeah.
failed by 1. By 1.
I'm rolling so bad.
Alright, so your max hit point is reduced by 1 more. It's just the prolonged exposure to the death energy here. It seems to slowly be catching up with you. And it's not an immediate like, oh, dang it. But it's just slowly seeping into you, like draining your life force. But then you're able to use this item if you wish.
Of course. And I think like as he's casting the spell and like concentrating and everything, like his eyes are closed, but like he feels like this chill around his body, and like the only thing he visualizes at first is like her image walking through the ship, like her ghostly visage, and like he has to shake it off his mind, but it's, you know, like really cold and it actually hurts. But he is determined to know the name of this person, so he'll definitely use the item and like cast the spell.
Okay. As you hold the pendant there, that kind of faintly pulses with this energy and start to harness said energy. All of a sudden, more whispers and all these whispers start to accumulate around the area here as subtle wind and the dark energy starts to fade from your hand and that pearl within. and leaks towards this skull of this creature. As it starts to encompass it around it, the almost smog fills the cavities of the skeleton there, as some resemblance of not life, but something returns to it, as it more whispers. You feel like you can ask your questions.
I can't find what the role was, DM, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay.
I think it worked. What's your name?
Can you repeat that? You were cutting out really badly.
Greg is what he says in a spooky voice.
I'm leaving.
I was like on the edge of my seat. Greg.
Ruka will glance at the rest of the party, and seeing as they're not really offering a question, he'll just go forward and... Greg, what race are you?
Now, I believe it has to come from Din, the caster of the spell. Let me double check.
Ruka doesn't know that,
He
and
could
they
relay,
said they all get
yeah.
one question.
Double check. Yes. So, no response. Just more.
I thought you said there was 5 questions?
Yes. Maybe I have to ask you the questions. So you want me to ask what people they belong to?
Yes, what is his
What's
race?
the name of your people?
We are known as mankind.
What?
What is a mankind?
Greg of the mankind. I'm suddenly not so scared of the skeleton anymore. Doesn't sound very, I don't know, scary. Greg of mankind.
I would
Dad,
like to
do you have a
ask what
question?
happened here. Yes.
Okay, is that all we want to ask?
Yes.
Greg, what happened in this place?
Last stand of the elves.
The last stand of the elves? Asja, you were right.
This is the Bastion.
Wait,
Okay.
the last stand? This guy is somewhat near the entrance? Was it from this kind man or whatever the thing's called?
But it doesn't make any sense. He's not an elf.
No.
Ah. I should not ask that. We only have one question left. But yes, not an elf.
too, but which one to ask?
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Now I have 3. Damn it. My brain needs to stop thinking about these things. Okay, was mankind responsible for the age of decay?
Okay, Dean will repeat the question like word by word. Word for word, yes.
I know not what you speak, but we brought death with us. With that, the energy kind of cracks and crumbles, and the skull and the bones just start to crack in on themselves and almost are reduced to powder.
Okay.
What?
So this is the last stand of the elves, so this is the last bastion. And whatever this mankind is, I am going to assume that they come from these celestial conduits or whatever they are. They brought the age of what we call the age of decay. What they call just death. So they are what nearly killed all of Zorka. Or did, and then the trees. You just see her hand reaching for her bag, and she pulls out her notebook, and she just starts writing down everything she just said.
Euan would like to use the bone meal on himself. See what happens.
Goes the foot. Boop.
Oh no. Well,
Greg was a warrior. Wasn't he?
but he did have the whatever this the armor is. But we should probably we can discuss what he was later. We really need to get moving. The death sleep is creeping on us.
You're right. Let's go.
As
Okay.
they begin to walk, Euan will just kind of muse out loud, not really to anyone, just kind of out loud. I wonder if by the way that he spoke, if they attacked or tried to wipe out the elves.
I think somewhere along the line there was conflict between mankind and our 6 races, I guess.
What does he mean? They brought death? Like death itself?
The Khazdoran brought death to my people.
In the Age of Decay, it's said that all of Arthar, I guess all of Zorka that we know of, was covered in thick death energy. I think from what we've learned is that the trees may have had some part in helping clean up whatever happened, but
Perhaps it was war.
perhaps it was war. And maybe that's why the temples we have found, all of the discs and images and Maybe mankind is responsible for the Aether, and that's why the knowledge was wiped out. Maybe having that knowledge will open a doorway to mankind returning. They don't exactly seem friendly if they brought death to our lands. And not just a little. But it
Enough to
blanketed
blight out the
everything.
world. Until we intervened. Kind of a wistful look as he uses an ambiguous "we" in reference to himself and the Quran tree.
Either way, if we are going to talk about it, we should probably talk about it back on the ship. Is there anything else for us to explore? Do you see any more passageways, or
I mean,
should we
there is
just
the
get
way
out
we
of
could-
here?
There is a way we could dig through if we want to explore that, but I think we should come back with tools if we are going to do that. But there is an open
2
pathway that
corridors.
direction.
Yeah.
Okay,
I feel we need to press deeper. Something wants us to be here. And I don't think it's just the death energy.
I do as well, but I also think she kind of looks at all of you. You kind of, again, look a little bit more, I don't know, worn out than before. We should be fast about this.
Just be careful. I tried to be fast and that went really bad, but yeah, we need to find more.
Yes. I don't know if this presence wants us here, as you say, Euan, or if it wants us to go away, but we should definitely press on.
Okay.
And with that,
What's
Rhukkarrak will start
the
getting up.
marching order?
I think Rhukkarrak will go back again about 20 feet in front of Asja with her light.
Okay, just same Asja and Euan in the back, Rhukkarrak and Din towards the front.
I think
I'm
Dean's
good
not
with
gonna be towards the front.
Okay.
Dean would
Just
like to be like
letting-
maybe behind Rhukkarrak,
Okay.
a little bit behind him. Yeah.
Yep, you can do so. So immediately following this small corridor, it makes a 90-degree turn towards north in this instance. And there's a little less than 10 feet. It's pretty slim. It's only about shoulder to shoulder here. You can't really fit 2 of you going down. It's more single file here. But it goes down into a longer corridor that reaches a good 60 or so feet down that corridor. And once again, Rhukkarrak, you can pick up with your dark vision here. Just many more corpses.
Do they all look similar to the one we just investigated, or
If you would like to roll an
Are some of them
investigation check to do so, you can go inspect.
oh, sure? I mean, here's the thing, he does not want to stop because he is afraid that the death sleep will claim him. So he is, if there's no obvious difference, he's not going to look any closer.
Yeah, just from kind of looking over, you can definitely tell the corpses, but you need to investigate a little further to try to see if they're the exact same as that one or subtle differences. You don't know for sure.
Okay. Maybe if he feels like they have extra time on their way out.
Okay.
But for now, he's just going to keep moving forward. Again, being kind of stealthy. Trying to check, make sure they're not going to run into anything.
Okay, how far are the rest of you staying behind Rhukkarrak?
I'm gonna be like 30 feet behind.
Okay.
I thought he was only like
And
20
if I
feet in front
can,
of
I-
us, yeah.
I want to sneak.
Okay, yeah, you can do so. And Rhukkarrak, let's say you should probably roll stealth check 2 if you are trying to stealth.
There's a 22.
22. Okay.
Euan
so yeah.
is walking at most 10 feet in front of us, yeah. because
Okay.
it's still in reach of his pole arm.
All right. And then
I'm bringing up the rear. Light
Alright.
bright, light
Well,
bright.
So I
turn
guess
on your
it's
magical
Rhukka-
lantern light. There we go.
probably.
So if Dim's
Rhukka-
30 foot, does that mean that it's Rhukka, 10 feet is Euan, 10 feet is Asja, and then 10 feet is...
more or less,
Din?
that would put you like at the. If you're wanting to be in the bright light or like right on the cusp there, then you would have to be closer, Rhukka.
Yeah, Euan said he was 10 feet... Anyway, okay. Yeah, like he's 20 feet in front of Asja is what he is doing.
Okay. Well, how I have it here makes sense. It might not be the exact numbers, but yeah. As you slowly start to follow behind Rhukka, taking the lead here. Once again, just rubble, ruins, corpses, decay. You can see little bits of, once again, what probably once
Bits of
were...
Greg.
Bits of Greg. What once were arrow slits in the different corridor here that are now completely filled with sand that kind of pours in from the side there, as this is definitely underground. You're in the subterranean area currently, but you continue to walk a little bit further, and you do see another door to the east of this now that opens up to a much larger room. You can either do that or continue going forward down this hallway. You do see the hallway with your dark vision. You can see the ending of the hallway over in that direction though too. So that one go into like a dead end more or less.
And there's no other side passages?
Yeah, there's
Up to the dead end?
going straight into a dead end or to the east to a larger room.
Okay, if there's nothing interesting down the dead end side, then he'll...
I mean, there's
turn
all
carefully.
kinds of rubble, but yet again, you'd have to get closer to try to inspect to see if there is anything interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's nothing that catches his eye, is what I'm saying, like a
There is not.
extra room down the corridor or whatever, then he's gonna turn into this bigger room cautiously,
This is
looking carefully at the doorways and make sure there's nothing dangerous.
by far the biggest room you've seen so far. It's pretty open here. There is just so much ruination in here. You can see maybe bits of wood that are even clinging onto life, but even at that, like the wood in here, you can tell that there probably was a lot of wood, but it is all just strewn across. There looks to be shapes that might have been books at one point, but they are completely, utterly decayed to the point of illegibility. You couldn't really pick one up and read it. You could try to search through stuff here, but once again, in this larger chamber, there is a lot of corpses.
So while he is waiting for the others to catch up, he will actually take the time to lean down to some of the corpses closer to the entrance there and inspect to see if there is a difference between them.
Okay, go ahead and make a medicine check for me.
Oh, this is something that you should probably ask Asja to do. Except that he got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is pretty good. You can definitely tell there are two different types of corpses here. One that looked very similar to Greg, if you would, and the one that is much more lithe, much more what you would imagine would be an elven bones.
And does it... I don't know if you can even determine this at this point, but does it look like they were fighting each other?
Go ahead and make a investigation check.
Okay.
As the rest of you also do see or come across this, basically reach the distance as Rhukkarrak takes a moment here to study. They're so worn and weathered, and everything here is so destroyed and in complete utter disarray that it's really hard to tell. You don't know. Like, very well could have been.
Yeah.
From the bits and pieces that you've got, probably, but there's not like, oh yeah, this guy was attacking that guy. You don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna like indicate to everyone to join him, and as they approach, he's just going to kind of whisper, because he feels like it's appropriate in this area, to them. Can any of you tell what was going on here? If it was a fight between the mankind and elves or something?
Not exactly my specialty.
I know Euan and Din has experience in war. Either of you, maybe?
Which both Rhukkarrak and Din are stealthing. Are Euan and Asja also trying to stealth?
I don't think Euan is. Stealth is not Euan's strong point.
Okay.
Dean definitely
I
wants to
haven't-
look around. Maybe
Okay.
I can see if they,
Go
I don't know,
ahead
like they all of them have armor, or like there are signs of battle in the structures. I don't know, something like that.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
15.
Okay. Being in battles yourself, it definitely looks like there was combat here. You can see different gashes in the bones, that the different armor that has crepes and cuts across its worn edges. It definitely looked like clashing occurred here. It's yet again almost impossible to tell if it was like elves against mankind, just because of how disarrayed everything is and how littered the corpses are just all around this place. But it definitely seems like they were clashing from what you can see.
Conflict guide us all.
Give me
There
perception.
was a battle here.
Let's have everyone roll perception checks too. Group perception.
Euan sees nothing.
18.
All right, all except Euan, who is kind of oblivious currently, maybe lost in thought. You start to see some shifting of certain corpses.
Well, if there wasn't a battle back then, I have a feeling we need to get ready for one now, possibly. Does anybody else see that moving over there?
As there's one that's quite close to you and making the most noise as a skeletal arm reaches out and like starts to shamble together. I need you all to roll initiative again.
Euan curb stomps it.
Stomp! Alright, let's go here.
Oh my god.
Oh. Well, it's better than last one.
It is one better than last one.
You know what? At least you're not in the negatives. It's actually
Got a
2
10.
better. than last one.
Alrighty. I'll say those of you that everyone except Euan has advantage on this initiative because you kind of knew, you saw the shifting of the bones. Let me roll for these guys.
Thank you. Oh my god.
I'll stick with my 22, yeah.
All right, then 22 for you, Asja.
Yeah.
Okay, Din.
10.
10. Euan.
1.
Again? Oh my god.
No, he had a 0 last time. He's one better
Oh
this
yeah,
time.
you're right.
And then Rhukkarrak.
17.
17. All right. Let's bring you back over to this map here. Alright. This is more or less what you can see currently. So, up here is the corridor that just kept going straight. This is back from where you came. This is the larger room here. We can look at that through Din's eyes, maybe. Let's see. There we go. Reveal that a bit more. But larger corridor here. There are 2 more open archway, like, places that lead, looks to be more staircases that lead down further. But that is that. You can see several different shambling bones all around here. It's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly where they are at because of just the clutter and how many corpses. But it doesn't appear like every single skeleton in here is rising, but definitely some of them are. Alright, Asja, it is your turn. You see,
Okay.
I think the one that's clearest to you is the one right to your north there. As that
Yeah,
one
that's what I
starts
was
to
wondering. I was
shamble.
about to say, is there any in the hallway with me? Yes, there is, because the door is kind of blocked. All right. Well, I guess Asja is going to, because we are kind of deficient on spells now. We're gonna move the 10 feet to close with skeletal
Yep.
boy there. And then we're gonna do wappy wappy.
You know, boop him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a little boopsies.
Bonk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, roll over
At
hit.
least that's what we're hoping for. That's a 12, probably not.
12 unfortunately misses.
Yep. And that's another 12.
Oh no, double sixes.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So as you step forward, your feet just kind of catch on a little bit of the rubble and you kind of stumble a little bit, which puts you off your footing. As this thing kind of quickly shambles together and starts to dodge some of your swings in a more lithe form than you would have thought. Anything else for you?
Yes, I am spending the last of my focus points. And I am going to actually, I don't even have... Okay, yeah. No, I am spending a focus point, and I am going to disengage back down 10 feet, but because I have also spent my focus point, I also get the dodge action. So,
Very nice. So patient defense. Wow.
yeah, patient
Very
defense.
Okay. Ready for any barrage of attacks?
But
that
let's
come
bring
your
him
way.
down to daddy. Let's bring him down. I'm not having good luck today. Bring him down to daddy. There we go.
Alrighty.
I'm beat. Whee!
Next up, after Asja there, you watch as the floor here is quite sandy, and from underneath the sand, some of the bones start to shift as this large skeletal serpent of sorts starts to emerge from the sands. It looks like it's made up from bits and pieces of all these different corpses, not necessarily used to be a creature of its own, but now it is. As it rises up right there. As it rears out its kind of maw made from all different sorts of jagged, broken, shattered bones, it looks towards you all. These 2 beady red eyes fill its skull in this instance. And it looks towards you, Rhukkarrak. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me. Ooh,
Natural 20. Or a total of 21.
All right, yeah, that I'm pretty sure success diffuses all the effects. Let me double check. Yeah, so you feel like this wave of just necrosis and just this feeling of utter dread kind of encompass you for just a moment, but you shake your head off quickly and avert your gaze from its gaze, and you are not affected by it. It then goes in and lunges at you with a bite. So it is going to make this attack. 17.
He will use his reaction to parry.
Okay, so as you bring up one of those daggers and just snip one of the kind of bone teeth off to the side as it kind of recoils, and it doesn't quite hit you. Very nice. All right, that is its turn. It's actually going to shift a little bit around, coming down here. We'll say the two of you can get opportunity attacks, both Din and Ruka, if you would like.
I just used my reaction, so I will not.
Yeah, I don't have a melee weapon, so I won't take an attack of opportunity.
Okay. And then, actually, you might get it too. You, or Ruka's kind of in your way, but you have the 10-foot range, right?
That's correct.
So you can roll. I'll just say yet again, natural 1, you're going to hit Ruka.
I bet
Nice.
25
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
for 10 points of damage.
10 points. Very nice. As you chip parts of the bones off, they scatter to the floor with a clanging of rattling bones. All right, very nice. With that, we move to Rhukkarrak. It is now your turn.
Okay, so that's the only one so far. You know what? He's going to...
So, yeah, I'll point out a little bit because it is hard to see on the map, and that's kind of intentional, but there one right here is forming. There's one like over here, down here some there are, up in the top here. There's multiple of these smaller, just skeletal. This is the large skeletal serpent, though. But go ahead.
Okay, he is going to... He's going to use his sword on the guy that's forming right next to him. And then he's going to flick his booming blade out at the snake.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that out.
Okay, we'll do the sword first. That's a 14.
14 does hit, yes.
Excellent. I have 6.
You do get your sneak attack on this because Euan is right there.
Oh, yes, nice. 3d6 for 11.
Very nice. So as you plunge your sword into it and just right into the rib cage there and just slice it out, the bones are so brittle that it just breaks apart and just unshambles.
Sweet. And then he throws the dagger.
Definitely hits.
I think it's this. Plus a d8. So it's 5 piercing and 6 thunder damage. And if he moves, he
Very
takes another
nice.
2d8. As he's
Alrighty.
breathing energy.
So with that, real quick, the booming blade, does it say as an attack action you can cast this spell? Or are you using your bonus action to swing with your sword?
Using bonus action.
Okay.
No.
Just double checking there.
So I'm using a bonus action to cast to activate the magic item with his fast hands.
Right. Okay, yeah, that works.
And then the normal action is the attack.
Okay. Any movement for you?
I mean, okay, if I killed the guy, I think I'm going to... Yeah, no, he wants to encourage the snake to move. So he'll just move 5 feet north.
Okay.
Just get out of Euan's way. And that will be my turn.
All right. Din, you are up.
Okay, so there's a bunch of death here, and he was already thinking about her a lot. And among the skeletons that are forming, there's also some light and energy that coalesces from Asja's gem, and she's gonna appear, pick up a
Okay.
weapon from this discarded pile, and
Very
she's gonna
nice.
start dancing through the enemies. I'm gonna cast her over south, like among as many enemies as I can. I'm gonna cast her at level 3.
Okay, and just amidst the enemy souls, right there. Can you see that?
Yes.
Hold up, is it showing? I mean, it is. It just
I don't
is.
see any tokens there.
It's very. Here, we'll give it. Let's see if I can't. It's just literally blending with the background so well.
Okay, perfect.
It's literally just a circle. But yeah, let's see if I can't. It doesn't want to do it. All right, she's right there. What would you like to do?
And she's gonna attack at the. Skeleton Servant.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
Yes.
to hit.
24.
24 definitely hits.
Nice. For 2d8 plus 8, force damage. So 12 points of force
12
damage.
force damage. Okay.
Yes.
Very nice. As more of the bones just shatter and turn into bone meal.
Today's your unhappy day. But then I'm gonna turn around and shoot a crossbow bolt at one of the skeletons on top. Let's do northeast.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely hits.
Yeah. For 12 points of piercing damage.
It is at 1 HP.
Oh
As the-
no!
like, impales it to the back of the things there as it just barely is holding on.
Okay. And I'm actually gonna move like into that like circular like hobby that's like to the east.
Right down here. So that's the staircase
Yeah.
that starts to descend further
Oh,
down.
okay. Yeah, I want to peek like down the staircase.
Yeah, you can do so. It looks like it rejoins with the other one and then goes into a central staircase that goes further down into another room, potentially. You can't quite see past the hallway right there.
All right, so I'm gonna let. No, I'm just like that's my turn. I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna move 5 feet southeast if I can, and that's my turn.
Yep, you can do so. Alrighty, we move on to the Skelly Boys. As these ones are just going to attack the the image of the spiritual weapon there. I don't think they can even hurt it though, but they're not smart. This one's gonna come down here. This one's gonna come over here. It's still got like the crossbow bolt like hanging out of it. All the ribs are broken. This one's going to come down here. And those two are going to attack. But yet again, just swinging these super rusted, damaged swords. And just they go completely through the spiritual weapon there. So Rhukkarrak is going to get an attack here. Let's double check. +5. Dirty 20 on that.
Well, he had his blade ward going and his
That's gonna. I mean, I think that's automatic. The failure then is it's only 17, which you parried already this turn. That increases your armor class to 20, right?
Yep.
Okay. So it comes down in, and it looks like it's gonna strike true, but then you quickly turn around and parry it out of the way again, feeling it. There, then one towards Asja. Only 11. And it's actually a disadvantage, so it definitely does not hit.
No.
Okay, those two attack there, and then one towards Din. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, that's actually gonna do some damage. Let's see here. 7 points of piercing damage as it, or slashing damage? Yeah, as it slashes across you.
Okay, perfect. And she's still there.
Very nice. A spiritual weapon concentration? Did they change that?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I was not aware.
So much better now, though.
Alright, very nice. That's the Skelly boys. Oh, we know there's one more here. There's one more. He's coming over to Rhukkarrak. I think that's all of them. I even have trouble seeing these guys.
Run away,
Alright.
Rhukkarrak. He's gonna Rhukka smack you.
That's 17, so yeah, Yidkin does not hit.
Nope. He's
Yeah,
not
right,
gonna
no
smack
Rhukkarrak.
me. I'm gonna parry it away again.
Alright. You
All
and
that
it is your
training
turn.
with Euan, paying off.
Right? Euan's going to turn to Asja. Do you have him, little one?
I got him.
Euan is going to turn around and, like a bat out of Hades, gonna run straight across. It's 10 feet north of the
Like
skeleton.
there, or one more.
Yeah, there, right there.
Okay.
That's correct. And he is going to take a full round of attacks on the Bone Naga.
What?
Whatever it
It's a
is.
bone serpent. Jeez, no.
Bone Serpent, pardon me.
The bony creepazoid.
I know too much. No.
That's
14.
14.
Just misses.
Just misses, alright. The second attack, it's going to be a 25.
That definitely hits.
Yeah. And that's going to be for 8 points of damage.
8 points, okay.
And then the pole strike is coming in off that, but isn't going to hit.
Try to bunk it, but
with a
no
9.
success there.
Right.
Okay.
And that is an action, bonus action, movement.
Okay. We'll move back to the top of the round then with Asja.
All right. She just said she can do this. Let's hope she can. And whap.
Yay!
That's a 17. 17.
Definitely
yeah.
hits.
Sorry.
8 points of damage.
That is
very
the
nice.
Yep. 8 points of damage. Next
Okay,
one.
so as parts of the bones just scattered out to it, you swing
24.
back again. Definitely hit once more.
For 4.
Another 4. Oh, it's a 1 hit point too. No.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
They have 13 hit points. You just keep doing 12. Oh no.
Hold on.
Euan used all of his good rolls in combat last week while he was sick.
Yep.
Sorry, I was just looking one thing up. Alright. Bonus action? Smack!
Okay.
Because I can unarmed strike as my bonus action. Sorry, I was checking whether
Yep.
that I had to focus point or not, and I don't.
Yeah, you get
so,
2 if you want to do flurries of blows, but it just you can.
But I do
punch.
not.
That's
This
bonus
time,
action.
I am just going to punch his little non-existent nose.
Yep.
For
That'll do
15.
it. As you just
Alright.
like punch the skull there, it just flies off of its head and just stumbles and falls down to the ground.
Alright, well, she will end her turn with a big smile. Did it! And
Euan will
that's
shoot
your
her a
turn.
thumbs up.
Okay. It is now the bone serpent, definitely not a Naga's turn. As it turns around quite quickly after doing a little bit of retreat there back towards you, Euan. And then once again glares at you. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
That's not good, y'all.
Ooh,
Oh,
very
19.
good roll though. Very nice. So once again, you just feel that overwhelming dread just right as its eyes lock yours, but you almost instinctually just look down, and it's not enough contact of those beady red eyes that you don't suffer any other effect from it. It will then unleash out and bite you, or attempt to at least.
He takes his booming blade damage.
No, he definitely does. Yes. Go ahead and roll that 2d8 there.
Yep. That'll be 11.
11 points. Very nice. Okay. Then let's double check this. Yep.
Unfortunately, that is not a very quiet spell, so...
Yep. A dirty 20 to hit you, Euan.
Oh yeah, Ewan's not raging right now.
Okay. So that does hit
Ewan's
you
AC is 12.
for some damage here. A total of 19 points of damage. Part of that
dear
is
God.
piercing, part of that is necrotic. But since you're raging, I don't think it matters. As it just bites down into you, and you just feel more of that just necrosis just bleed into you like a toxin from its fangs as it rears back. And that is its turn. We now move to Rhukkarrak.
Ugh. He sees Euan flinch, and he doesn't normally see Euan flinch. So he is going to... Yeah. He's going to rush down next to Euan and attack Tanaga.
Okay. And you do get an op attack from that skeleton.
Oh, I forgot there was a skeleton next to him. Oh well.
Yeah, it's an 11. Doesn't hit.
Doesn't it? Okay. Yep. Then we're going to... First, we're going to do the short sword. Ugh, it's a 1.
Ooh. Yeah, that unfortunately misses.
And the dagger is a 23.
That does hit.
So we get that, and sneak attack.
So that's 6 plus 7. Oh. That's exactly how much you needed.
Yes!
As
Nice.
you slide over, you swing out with the sword right as the other skeleton tries to swing at you, but very nimbly avoid it and come up with the sword as the Naga then like reels back and like does a like it doesn't really have any vocal cords, so it can't screech at you, but it looks menacing at you as you then slice into like under the jaw there with your dagger right into the bones that make up its head as it just starts to shudder and shake and then starts to disapparate as all the bones start to cling to the floor. But within that, there's this potent energy that starts to leak off of it and coalesce into a large like sphere of darkness for a moment before exploding in that area. I need the two of you to make dexterity saving throws for me. Ooh.
22.
Okay, so
13.
you save, Euan, you don't. So, Rhukkarrak, you're going to take half damage. Euan, you're going to take full damage here. Ooh. So 18 points of necrotic damage as it just explodes in like these spikes, similar to almost how your Hellish Rebuke is in a sense there, Rhukkarrak, but it is dead after that. So yeah, Rhukkarrak, you take
I take
9,
half.
Euan, you take the full 18.
Oh boy.
And with that, my spikes shatter. Oh, actually, they should have... Oh, nothing hit me.
Your
Never mind.
unicorn spike.
Yeah.
Not the unicorn spike. All right. With that, I believe Dinity is your turn.
All right. So first, we're gonna let me double check something. Do I need my magic action to do my spiritual weapon attack?
I think it's just a
No,
bonus
okay.
action too.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes. So I am going to Sacred Flame the guy in front of me.
Okay. So that's a dex save, right?
Yes. DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
That's a 14.
Oh, yes.
So it fails.
Oh, yes.
That's 1 hit point goes away.
Perfect.
As it's
So
lit
I'm gonna,
with these,
like-
you kind of ethereal flames that just kind of break it down into dust once more.
Awesome. Yes. I'm gonna move northwest. Let's say 10 feet.
Northwest 10 feet. Boop boop.
Yeah. From there, like I can see her, right? Like she's
Yep.
down there in
She's
between the skellies.
right in between these that are like swinging
Yeah.
at her, but they're doing nothing.
Amazing. So she's gonna attack
Okay.
now. Okay,
Definitely
16.
hits.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect. 14 points of
14,
force damage.
okay. So that one just-
Yeah, she's amazing. And then I think I'm gonna retreat to the corner. That's north, like right north. Yes, and that's gonna be Dinny's turn for now.
Alrighty. It is now the Skelly Boy's turn. Skelly Boy. As these two come over here, this one continues to be confused as to why I can't hurt this thing.
Aggressive clacking noises.
Yes. So 2 attacks against Rhukkarrak here. That's only a 9. Not gonna hit.
Yeah.
And then the second one,
Dodge and
also a
weave,
9.
dodge and
Double
weave.
force.
Yes.
Rhukkarrak parrying across those and just sliding under the blades there. No damage done. Alright. We move back to the top round. Asja, it's your turn.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Skeleton Boy. If I could move 5 feet towards or into the doorway,
Mm-hmm.
I will now flank the little guy. And
What do
we're
you-
going to take... What?
I think the DM skipped me.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
Yep,
the
it's
DM
Ian's
did
turn.
skip you. Okay, move me back 5 feet.
My bad.
There we go, my bad. Sorry.
No, you're all good. You're all good. Euan is going to walk around to that space just between the 2 skeletons, just not leaving the threat range of the
Yep.
one north of Rhukkarrak.
Okay.
Yep. And he'll take his first attack at, it doesn't matter which one.
Okay.
North.
That's an 18
Definitely
for a total of
hits.
9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will cleave into the other one.
Okay. You can do so. Oh,
No,
it
I
hits
do
Rhukka. No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
The blade
funny.
flies out of my hand, hits Din somehow. And he will make his kind of carrying on the momentum from that. He will use his bonus action to do his. Once I find where the bonus action spot is on my character sheet again.
The bonk.
The bonk.
Okay.
It's a 16 to hit.
Yep, and then you attack the one you just attacked, or the one with
The
blade?
one that I had just attacked, yeah.
Okay. Yep, definitely hits. And that's
For
enough.
another 8 points of damage. And then the second attack goes at the other
Okay, definitely hits.
for 21 to hit.
There
14
you
points of
go.
damage.
1 hit KO.
I hit something!
You just cleave through its brittle bones as they just separate in like a half as it shambles back down to the ground.
Euan is panting heavily and drops to one knee. It does not look good.
Alrighty. Asja, it is your turn. The one right in front of you that just got cleaved into 2 separate skeletons and now are on the floor dead. What would you like to do?
All right, moving 10 feet into the room, so right there. I will replace the spot that the skeleton was. Item interaction. Pop. Hand you in a healing potion,
Okay.
which still leaves me with an action, correct? Yes. Yes.
You can just do that as
All right.
an action. Just throw him a potion.
She's going to frown, turn, and the one in the corner that's a little confused is about to
Yep.
get Eldritch Blasted.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll the attack.
Okay. Yeah, she does it twice. All right, so first one is 16
Definitely hits.
for 6 points of
Okay.
force damage. And then
Its arm just flies up.
second one is a 15.
Okay, you need 7 or more damage to destroy it.
Yeah.
There you go. The second one connects with its head, just shattering it into more bone dust. And with that, you will trepidatiously look around the room, see if there's any more shambling carcasses here. And currently, there is not. As the silence kind of settles back in to, the room here. And with your light there, Asja, you can see, again, there's just all these manner of corpses, now even more in disarray. But there are, like, very, very old paper that it would be hopeful to find something, but not impossible.
All right, well, Asja's very much, as soon as she stepped in the room and saw the books, kind of went, let me deal with the skeletons first. God, like we've just walked into one of her like holy grails. So yes, I guess she would like to roll an investigation. Not very good at it,
Yeah.
but I will.
Can I help Asja out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for sure. So Dean wants to help her out. He knows that she's gonna be looking for information here. So he'll say,
Perfect. This is exactly what we were looking for. I know you will be able to tell what's important, Asja.
and that's gonna be bardic inspiration.
Nice.
And then, like, if you allow me, I can just like help with my action, and
Yeah.
just like do the help action, so she gets
Sure.
advantage.
So advantage plus a d6 for the bardic inspiration.
Okay, well, give me 2 seconds.
Ooh, there it is.
21 and 2d6 for the.
1d6.
1d6.
Sorry.
I got five
take,
back from the healing potion.
Just
take
go
the
ahead and
two.
reroll that.
Just
for
take
me.
the 2. Okay, all right.
The DC here is 25, so you do need. There it is.
4.
Find anything of import. So it takes you a minute to find anything. You start to rummage through some of the corpses here, and yet again, with your innate medicine skills, you can see that some of these were that same whatever Greg is, and some of them are definitely elven in nature. It's really hard to pick up any major details here. But you start to pick up some books that just basically crumble in your hands as you pick them up. And there's no writing that's any longer legible. But you continue to search, just trying to find something that might have staved the elements this long. And again, takes a while. But you find, buried under some of the sand, brushing off, there's a small scroll case that seems to have kept at least somewhat intact. And you pick that up. And it, yet again, is very brittle. The leather on it is somewhat, very, very brittle. But you slowly remove the casing and pour out a parchment in there that you have to be incredibly careful with, as just a little bit too quick of movements would shatter this paper. You slowly, carefully unfold it, and it's a map of sorts. And a map that you do not recognize. But there is a name on the map, or at least you think it's a name. language of this map is very, very ancient Elvish. And luckily, you had been studying a little more of that ancient Elvish literature. So you can barely make out Virelanthe along the map. And there are a couple other different spots. It's hard to necessarily gauge. It looks like a completely different... Like, it doesn't look like a map of Arthur per se. And you're not quite sure, but with some time and some study, you might be able to pinpoint some of these locations on a current map of Arthur.
Okay. She is going to pull out her own scroll case and very carefully take out a couple of sheets of new paper and slide one under the map and one over the map. It's a map, but I think we should look at it on the ship because if anybody sneezes down here, it's going to evaporate. And she's going to very carefully roll it back up sandwiched between these two pieces of paper and slide it into her own scroll case.
Okay. You can do so.
Okay.
While Asja was looking around and all that kind of stuff, Ruka is going to go to Euan and kind of look at him in concern and just silently pass him another healing potion.
Are you sure?
Yes, you look like you really need it. I would rather get out of here and not have to drag your body.
So that's another 7 back.
2d4
supposed to
plus
be
2,
2D.
so 9 back.
9
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. As you guzzle that
and
down,
then-
you feel some of the necrosis start to alleviate. Some of the wounds
And-
heal.
Euan, as he takes that potion and feels some of that necrosis begin to leave, will kind of clutch at his chest for a moment, kind of around the Elandris. And from around that, there's a moment almost like a heartbeat, where veins of flame, almost like burning wood, kind of radiate from the Elandris through his chest and up his neck. And he looks like he feels a little better after that as well.
Your Landers here. No. Your Landers does something mine doesn't, apparently.
All right. And the rest of you kind of
So-
are in this area. Go ahead.
Just as Asja's rolling it up and putting it away, she's gonna turn it in. I'm going to need... We're definitely going to need to look at maps. This didn't look familiar to me at all. And I've been looking at that map that...
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Sorry. She's gonna look at it. I'm putting it away for now. It's very old, but the places on the map don't exist anymore. Actually, the land doesn't look the same as the map that... I can't find my notes with his name.
Virulent?
Verlinter gave us. So... we're going to need to do some research when we get back to the ship.
This is such a great find.
It is.
Jan is
but
gonna
we
be
should-
happy.
We should continue to... If we're going to continue looking around this place, we should continue quickly because... Well... we're all kind of getting a little hurt, and we still have all this death energy around us, and yeah.
I don't think Yuan can take it anymore We should probably start heading back.
I'm
It's
alright to
very dangerous
continue
down
for
here.
now. If there's
You should,
anything more we
brother.
need to find it while we're here. I'll be alright.
Yes, unfortunately, the sands shift way too much. Who knows if this place will be visible next time we come through.
Who knows if we'll find anything else more important. I say we already have something that it's better we can take out of here than it's staying here without corpses.
I feel that we should press on, but I will leave the decision to all of you. I am but one voice.
Let us at least see what is around in this stairwell.
To give us a little bit of extra something, can you all just give me 1 minute? I just need 1 minute.
Oh, what
Yeah.
is... Okay.
If you give me 1 minute, I can at least get a spell back. Which I have none right now. Which means if one of you were to fall down, unless I get to you with healing potion, it's not going to help you.
Oh no, definitely take your time. And Rhukkarrak will just kind of wander around the room aimlessly, looking
Asja
for
is...
anything interesting.
Sorry. Asja is going to meditate for 1 minute. As soon as she feels the energy come back, she's getting up and going, Kate, let's go! And,
All right.
But Asja will take her minute to get a spell slot back.
Okay. Within the passing of time, I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I'm so sorry, everybody, but I needed that spell.
No, this one's
no.
worth it. We just do this as a calculated risk. It's fine.
Oh!
Well then.
I got a 4.
Yep. Oh,
I got an 8.
Rox had to restart her PC, so she'll be back in a second here. But all of you fail so far. The TC's 15. So you're going to take some more. 4 more hit points from your max reduced. That's now a total to 9 if you failed each time.
Okay, but for those of us that have our max hit points raised, are we
Mark
cutting
it
out
separately.
of that?
Mark it separately.
Okay, I'm just checking.
But as you all feel that you just feel this, it's not necessarily exhaustion start to set in. You're not all super tired. You woke up not too long ago, maybe an hour or 2, but it's just this weight of death that just kind of lingers on all of you.
Sorry, do I need to roll a Constitution saving throw?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. I'm
You're
back.
good.
My computer
Okay.
just like froze.
Oh,
Oh my god, I failed
Nobody
again.
succeeded.
everyone failed that one.
succeeded. Yeah.
How fitting.
So -4 to
Minus
max
4 to
8
your
each?
max HP. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
But as you all
I mean, it
start
doesn't
to-
hurt right now because I don't have that much HP, but who knows if you're going to get it back soon.
You know, this as Asja finishes this ritual of garnering the energies around you to pull at a whim for spellcasting. You all kind of gather together and looking on. There's 2 options. You can go forward towards those staircases that lead further down, or you can retreat back to where you came from.
Euan's vote is to go forward.
Yep. Rook is forward.
All right. as you all slowly start to make your way down there. Same marching order, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Before Ruka crosses the threshold of the staircases, little motes of spectral light start to fill this chamber. These little, what looked like wisps of sort, start to illuminate a little bit of your surroundings even further with Asja's light there. And some wind starts to pick up in this subterranean area.
That's
As you all
uncomfortable.
hear, I am intrigued. Most are deterred by the wraiths. Yet you persist. I wonder what brings you to my realm. What lost history is it you seek? Treasures? Knowledge? Why do you enter this place?
Hello, my name is Asja. I am here, I guess, because I am looking for knowledge. Can I ask your name? Are you Selvar? Or are you someone else?
I am Cell. No. I go by many names. But you might know me as the Hollow Flame.
For those of us with hearing problems, what was that name?
The Hollow Flame.
The Hollow Flame. Okay, thank you.
Wait a minute.
I wonder, are you seekers of the lost knowledge of Aether? Its reveal is most curious to even me bound to my realm.
We might have had a small hand in that. Maybe just a little. Apparently, maybe now it's also my burden. That's why I have questions. Anybody else want to say something to the scary voice? Just wondering.
Do you control the death energy here?
Control is a word I would not use. Harness, live by, am one with. Perhaps. But no, I don't control death. None of us do. None of us can.
What about mankind?
You've seen their corpses. Ancient histories lie within, older than even me. The dead do tell tales. Ones of an era long past, yet maybe reoccurring. in our time.
Okay, well, that brings me to a point I'd like to ask about, if I can ask about something. All right, so we spoke to Greg of Mankind a little bit ago. I don't know how much you know about things, but did they come from the celestial conduits, and did they bring the age of decay? And did it have something to do with the Aether?
I know of much. Much, I'm sure you desire.
Very much so. You speak the truth on that one.
And
Is
you
there-
all have things I need.
I thought there was going to be a price for this.
Which is
Life. Descend the steps and greet me. And that is where we're going to pick up next week.
thanks. I hate it.
Oh man. It just got spoopy. I mean, it hasn't been a little spoopy, but
Yo,
I bet their name is also Greg.
you
No,
and
this
got-
one's Bob.
right. Jeffrey, maybe.
the
Yeah,
Hollow
there we
Flame.
go.
I believe you all have heard that name before.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I
I just
was-
don't
Wait
remember
a
where.
minute.
Yeah.
A certain
I
other
remember.
scientist.
I remember. We were told
Informed you
about the
of
Hollow
this.
Flame. He's the one. Yeah, we were told about the one that was studying all the death stuff, and then.
Yes.
Yes, that's okay. Yep.
A bit of lore spilled by Damaris when Din and Rhukkarrak
Yep.
were
Yeah.
intrigued by death.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was the warning.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh,
This
to
is your
not
brain.
pursue it.
This is your brain on death.
Oh no, no! Ugh.
Too late.
That means that this person has.
We're gonna die.
Well, you guys
Oh.
can choose to stay up here. You know, Ash is going down anyway. She'd
You know
sit there and
you
have
would
tea
go
with the
with
guy
us,
for the
yeah.
next 100 years if he just gave her the answers she wants.
Because if he needs
Oh.
life force, who do you think is the one person here who has enough life force in space
Hello?
to say, "Here you go, buddy"?
Oh, that would be
Now you're gonna have life tea with the guy.
Yep. Makes sense, right?
Gonna get a box of cereal, crush it up, snort that shit, and get high on life.
Oh, God.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tune in next week as we discover more of who this Hollow Flame is and where the story will lead, and how many players will die. No, I mean.
It's you. It's you. You
This
and
is
it's
gonna
the
be-
player.